Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a Monday night, so that means WWE RAW on top tonight. It's going to be a fun one here at the Wrestling for Life Network. Get in that chat. Click all the buttons. Follow all our socials. Click all those thumbs. Make sure you hit the thumbs. But we got lots to talk about, lots to get into. Me and that pretty face have you for the next few hours, folks. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel-good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we bring you WWE RAW tonight. Going to be a fun one. Lots going on in the wrestling world. Lots going on with this card tonight. Lots of implications for future shows. And we're going to be here for all of it. We will be your live reaction to all the action. So don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Get in that chat. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind tonight. But it's going to be a fun one. We're happy to be back at it again. Again, happy Mother's Day to all those out there. Rest in peace to the legend Sabu. And again, we got so much to get into. But before we say any more, I will remind you, I am Mr. Everynight KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick. And yes, unfortunately, early Sunday morning, the wrestling legend Sabu passed away at the age of 60. I don't want to speak for you, my guy, but this one really kind of was impact. This one hit.
Yeah, I mean, again, we've gone through a few kind of major names, and I think we were very very aware of Sabu and his career and what he contributed and what he did. I mean, what was it, 26 days ago? He's in the ring with Joey Janela for his final match, and here we are today. So, I mean, he rode till the wheels fell off, literally. So, again, a legend. A big shout out to Sabu for the rest of time. Anytime someone throws a chair in someone's face, they get Sabu'd.
Oh, absolutely, my guy. 100%. This man was ahead of his time. He was, we have so much that we watch currently in pro wrestling that we have him to thank for and all of that. And how fluid he was with everything. The man made a steel chair look like it was part of an extension of his limbs, like you said, of just hucking somebody in the face with it, or an Arabian face buster. And just saw the man wrestle WrestleMania weekend against Joey Janela. So it always sucks when you can't give someone their flowers while they're still here.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a little bit, it's definitely sad in that way. And again, 60 feels like too soon nowadays. So sad to see him go. And yeah, I mean, the good news is if you see all the outpouring of love from the wrestling community and from friends and family, he got his flowers, and he knew he was loved. And a lot of people, lit right up when they got a chance to take a picture with him or meet him or shake his hand. So yeah, I mean, again, it's sad to see him go.
Right, man, literally lived the gimmick. But
for sure.
I don't know if we want to transition to other elderly age gentlemen. Or they still don't look like they've aged a day in a year. But do we want to talk about what happened after Backlash at the post-show press conference?
Yeah, I do.
Right.
Something, I mean, we kind of popped on Backlash. R-Truth gets involved in the John Cena match. We don't think much of it other than, there's R-Truth doing R-Truth things. But not only does John Cena come out and interrupt Triple H's media availability, Cena has words with R-Truth and ends up putting him through a table. So if I get my wish, we get R-Truth, John Cena, Saturday Night Main Event. Perfect.
That is I've already seen people jokingly put out the graphics and everything. Yeah. I want that so much. It makes so much sense. And again, it's a Saturday Main Event. And again, R-Truth should be protected. He is an American icon. He is a wrestling icon. And John Cena is his hero. All of this, it just worked. It's that nice little bit of nostalgia. And I don't know if you picked up on it, but it feels like we're starting to see some cracks start to form with John of Does he really want to fully go this whole route, destroy wrestling, destroy what he loves and everything? Because even when he started off the press conference, he's like, I know I haven't been very nice to you.
But it's
I need to
twice
be
in a
nice
row.
to you now. What?
Yeah, but he did that last time too. It's bullshit. It's meandering. It's just words for the sake of words. Like he did the exact same thing last time, and then avoided every question. Gives another speech this time, and then ends up dealing with R-Truth and walking off. So not dealing with very much again. So yeah, I mean, again, I saw some people theorize this, but realistically, I mean, he's kind of it feels status quo for me right now.
Well, I feel like the R-Truth thing kind of could have been the quote unquote trigger back for John to go back to full. This is why I hate you people, because he even brings up of I still always loved you, even if they say you suck and you can't wrestle, which the crowd was chanting you
Right.
can't wrestle during the match. So maybe that was he went back to Winter Soldier John Cena, and I
Yeah.
must break you R-Truth. But I love the idea of an R-Truth versus John Cena match just for the shits and giggles. If we're not, we're gonna see it again. So let's do it.
Yeah, 100%. I know some people again can't have fun with anything, so they get their panties up in a tizzy over this idea that, oh my God, they're gonna book like do it. He deserves it. R-Truth deserves it. I'm in for it. I think it's gonna be entertaining. It's gonna be fun. The crowd's gonna be loud. And again, people can say what they want. They can get online and critique. How is John Cena's heel run going? According to the buildings, he's doing just fine. Everywhere he goes, including St. Louis this weekend, we're loud for John Cena. So again, people know that this is the last ride, and I feel like the crowds are showing up and showing out for it.
Well, and you also do still get some of those people that are still kind of in Cena's corner a little bit, or can get back behind John pretty fast here. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
to be just instantly grumpy because we weren't going to do one thing with John's retirement run that could be fun, that we all know has kind of been an ongoing thing. You even had recently on TV R-Truth out there with "Let's go Cena," and then he ends up getting put through a table. How it started, how it ended. So why not have this be that kind of just fun send-off moment? It's a feel-good moment.
yeah, 100%. I have no problem with it. I popped for it. I felt like, oh my God, this is an opportunity to actually do it. Then we get off our live stream on Saturday, and it happens, and I was like bouncing, like, let's go. Like, I'm all for this John Cena, R-Truth one off, that kind of epiphany moment from R-Truth of, wait a minute, you're not such a good guy.
Well,
And
and it ties into even the finish of the match at Backlash, which a lot of
Mhm.
people, I guess, or some people were
Oh, I
sour
loved
on the
it.
fact that
Mhm.
R-Truth got involved.
Yeah, and I mean, again, for me, people want to be, I don't know if overcritical is the right word. You like what you like at the end of the day, I suppose. But I talked to a couple friends and family outside of kind of the channel, just
Mhm.
kind of getting a vibe of what people were feeling. And it really was like a throwback vibe. It felt like the end of a Raw. It felt like the end of an old in your house pay-per-view, or one of those an old Backlash where like The Rock runs out and then Austin runs out and Shane McMahon's there and Jared Briscoe's at ringside for some reason. Like it kind of had that vibe for me where we lose a ref, we lose another ref, everyone's down. Like I thought the vibe of it, I got it and I liked it. And maybe that's an age thing for some of the fans out there, but I thought it felt very, I thought the last two matches of Backlash really had that old school, 90s vibe to it.
Now I gotta try to remember what the match before this was.
I
But
hadn't
we
done there.
like I said, I gotta remember what the match before that was.
Yeah,
That was the
exactly.
match.
Yeah.
But where I get what you're saying of it, to me, the whole end of that match, especially the RKO to everybody's spot. I can't wait till Randy's got to pay
Yeah.
another fine on SmackDown, to R-Truth getting involved. It felt like a nice little bow on 20 some odd years of John Cena versus Randy Orton. It I don't think anyone was expecting it to be a 5-star instant classic,
No.
7 stars in the Tokyo Dome match, but it felt like a nice little bow at the end of 20 years.
Yeah, and it still leaves open the question mark or the door of what if Nick Aldis just gets sick of Randy's shit?
Yeah.
right? What if he just gets fed up with it? Pay all the fines you want, but you keep popping me, and I got to pop you back at least once. I got to stand on a little bit of business here. So, yeah, I mean, I liked it. I liked how it played out. Nobody expected a work rate special, but it was important for what's happening right now. It's important for that moment for the fans that were in St. Louis. That's an unforgettable WWE moment. The crowd was loud. The crowd was into it. And I believe that now we move on to the next thing. Our true Saturday Night Main Event. Okay. Does he take Money in the Bank off and come back for the next one? We'll find out, man. They're announcing new cards and new pay-per-views left, right, and center. I think he's down to what, 24 dates or 26 dates or something like that.
24, I think now, because no, I think it's 24? Either 24 or 23. I feel because you had the SmackDowns and all that. But yeah,
so I like it. I like it a lot.
Right. Bradley with a $5 super chat. Normally, I would give up memberships, but not tonight. R.I.P. Sabu will keep your legacy and keep pointing to the sky. Me and Sabu share a birthday.
Amazing. Shout out. There you go, Bradley. We appreciate the $5 super chat. And again, yeah, P's and P's for sure. Again, sad to see Sabu go. But now that we've started, let's keep rolling. Zach's in the house. The Duke of My Name is Earl. I like it. Rest in peace, Sabu. And thank you 100%. 100%. Colt Cabana and Excalibur. Oh, God, Excalibur. Did you see all this shit?
I've only seen, well, shout out to the previous chat that you clicked on for the mushroom head avatar pic. But I saw, the most I've seen is like, I believe a picture or what have you, a thumbnail of like him on the show. And he's basically just Peter Griffin in a lucha mask, which I think kind of fits. So,
it wasn't really Excalibur. It was kind of his mask got onto the show.
It wasn't even that. I haven't watched it. Like, honestly, I'll keep it 100. I haven't watched Family Guy in quite some time.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, again, when you're looking for wins and you want to feel good, there you go. The mass lucha from Michigan had a moment. Eric, how's it going? How's it going? Looking forward to Io, Rhea versus Roxanne, Julia tonight. Yeah, and rest in power, Sabu. Yeah, I mean, could be the main event tonight, but a big tag match with all the ladies, like great caliber of match here.
Oh, absolutely. But I want AJ versus Finn to main event. I want that to main event. I think that this is a slept on secret kind of dream match a little bit. Like, I think the only other time we've seen them one off wasn't like a Survivor Series where they were fill-ins for other people or something like that. I think that's around when like Roman got the mumps or something like that, because I remember them filling in for the main event of a pay-per-view. But I can't remember the last time we saw these two guys go one-on-one, and they're like mirror images of each other and like super talented.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And again, it ties into what's happening with Judgment Day, what's happening with Karrion Kross, what news do we got going on there? Are the rumors true? I'm gonna wait and see. But absolutely, thank you, Eric. C Money, rest in peace, Sabu. His feud with Taz reignited my fandom for wrestling during the Fed New Generation days and the WCW Jim Herd Ding Dong days. He helped me bring FMW Extreme Deathmatch style to the USA. Again, I mean, a trailblazer, almost literally, for the amount of times that there was fire involved. You know, again, I mean, that whole crew, you know, Taz, Dreamer, Sabu, all of them that kind of got the Dudleys that got ECW off the ground and really gave us something different, right? Public Enemy, all of them.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and legend has it that Sabu's the one that kind of brought tables over initially into the US and all that, because his stuff with FMW, which for me actually was part of my pathway into getting into the Japanese wrestling with Oneida, with Hayabusa, all of that, with all of the FMW.
Ito?
No, not Io.
No, not Nito either.
No, Naito. No, kid, I didn't even realize what you just said. No, Naito was New Japan. God damn you. But I was trying to be all nice and polite out here. But yeah, he introduced barbed wire pretty much to a US audience. Like, he legitimately felt like unstable. Like, this man could literally do anything. Like, he's literally, you see him duct taping his bicep back to his arm and everything to finish a match. Like, you really believe this man when they brought him out with like the fucking Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, when they wheeled him out like Hannibal Lecter, it was insane. What a vibe. But they really sold you on the fact that He was crazy, and he seemed crazy. All of a sudden, he was jumping over everything, jumping onto everything. Like in a world before Darby Allin, you had guys like Sabu that just didn't give a flying F. Like they were flying through everything.
Right.
Shotzi Blackheart going to MLW. So Alexis and C Money, welcome. Yes, Shotzi's advertised for or teased for MLW.
Well, I'm starting to see, and I think a couple other people said in the chat, of all these other, now the recently released superstars are all getting teased down in the summer months of where they might be showing up.
Yeah. Cora Jade put out a bunch of dates that she's going to do. She's doing GCW as well. Gigi's going to fight her boyfriend or husband. I'm not sure what their status is. Husband. She's going to fight her husband in a cage on Revolver or House of Glory. House of Glory.
Revolver.
Is it Revolver? I was right the first time. Good job.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, again, so you're starting to see these dates line up. Cedric Alexander, I think, is eerily close to popping up on a Dynamite, and Thekla is about to pop up on a Dynamite. Apparently, they teased us with a little Black Widow last week, so we'll see. I mean, again, lots of exciting stuff. If you're a fan of trades and free agency and roster changes, it's not a boring time to be a fan.
Right. Well, and even if you just want to watch your recently released wrestlers host food shows, or you see the Miz host American Gladiators, you're going to see wrestlers showing up on all these other shows too.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? So for those who don't know, the Miz is going to host American Gladiators, bringing back that gem of a nugget, and going to host that. And Braun Strowman's going to get a I Can Eat Anything in the World show.
He's basically doing man versus food, but as a wrestler on tour.
Right. So again, for all the people that were kind of very like foo-foo-y about look at these releases. They seem I hear they've been very nice to Braun Strowman. They've offered him opportunities to return when you can. I also, you read it when the man's, paralyzed down one side of his leg. And people, again, I think sometimes we're so quick to, I can't believe we got rid. Maybe we don't know the full story. Maybe it was mutually beneficial. And now this guy gets to go on and do a TV show and maybe get some more notoriety and still getting a paycheck for it. I mean, maybe it's not so bad.
I'm just picturing Braun Strowman showing up like Guy Fieri right now. Hi, guys. Who's going to get these hands at this drive right now?
This burger is going to get these hands. Clay Lewis, how you doing? Damien, welcome back, leader of the Hopium tribe. Rest in peace, Sabu. Yeah, absolutely, mega good to see ya. Revolver has announced GG for Zachary Wentz, June 16th. It should be a fun one. Trey, welcome back. Good to see you. Dale, welcome back. OG in the house. Good evening, says Andy. Dallas Mavericks got #1 pick. Sorry. Timmy, how you doing? Timmy. Welcome back, sir. Christian, good to see you. Welcome on back. ECW legend has died at the age of 60. He's known for suicidal, homicidal, genocidal, risk-taking wrestler. Loves one of the best like catchphrases for a guy ever.
Oh, 100%. Right? He fit it the whole way through it. The suicidal, homicidal, genocidal, death-defying maniac, Sabu.
So good. But yeah, absolutely. Trey as well. Good to see you, Trey. Braden, welcome on back. Howdy. Big Dog at it again. Surprise. Big Dog is here. Homesick, battling a bug. Well, hopefully the bug's not in the rug and you'll be okay and you'll be snug as a bug in the rug.
Just don't give
anyway, back to it. But welcome back, Big Dog. Dale, always a pleasure. Got you already. Love seeing it. Sup, Safit. Maddie, welcome back. RIP to the legend. Absolutely. Brandon, good to see ya. What's up, Wrestling for Life? WFU, Wrestling for Life fam. Let me say it proper. Thank you again to Bradley for the membership. Bradley's a saint. And congrats to the new predictions champ. The predictions champ did come down to a tiebreaker, as we predicted, Nick. Go figure. But yeah, sneaky MDB. I tried to I went back and recounted, and I wanted to really see if this man.
No, this can't be right. This can't be right. He can't win again. He can't keep getting away with this.
He snuck out that tiebreaker. I think 5 people went 5-0 this time. So good on the people that went 5-0. just somebody was sitting there waiting to hit that enter button the minute of the predictions window popped open. So shout out to MTB. He knows how to play the game.
Well, and it does get tight when it's only 5 matches. There's not even a pre-show match or anything like that. Right. So you can get a Brucey bonus point or anything.
Yeah, comes down to how quick you can get in there, folks. Safit, welcome back. Good to see you. Maddie, we got you. Zach, always a pleasure. Braden Theaters back at it again. How you doing, buddy? Trey, good to see you. Heel Anthony in the house. There you go. Where's the non-heel Anthony? Safit, got you. Yes, rest in peace, Sabu. Johnny F50's with us. Jules and KC, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Lots of names, lots of names, lots of names. Wesley Conklin, Nick, how do you see anybody I haven't clicked?
Oh boy, I gotta
raw.
I saw somebody mention before. Now I'm gonna try and find them that they weren't.
Gotta get this one in.
The champ is here. I want to dedicate my win to my brother Trove. I love you, man, and I got you 4 live. Shout out.
Cheers.
Chin chin. We got the Yeet God. What up? What up? Guardian. Let's go. Cena. Let's go. Truth. There was someone, and I apologize if I can't find your comment, but there was someone that said that they out and outright did not want the Truth, like title run, anything.
Okay. Roll Tide saying ECW legend Sabu, rest in peace, or his condolences. I want to see that. Rest in peace from Michael. I'm coming down to try and meet you in the middle, sir.
Pause.
Right. Let's go. Knee pad patrol on the loose. We know that. The champ again.
Well, I see Mr. Noob. I see Anthony. Anthony's over the moon about Evolution 2.0 about to be in Atlanta.
Yeah, not official yet, but very close to official.
Well, we've heard rumors about this whole pay-per-view for the longest time. WWE's never exactly given us a full hint. It's been mostly dirt sheets on Twitter that have suggested when they might do this and dates and times. It was at one point, I thought it was going to be almost May. Then it was June, July. Then it was going to be the 5th. Now it might be the 15th. Now it might be in Atlanta. I hope it pays off. Trust me, having Anthony and knowing Anthony and that being in Atlanta. And I'm happy for him, absolutely. And then having a man on scene. Let's see if we can get Anthony in that, that post-media scrum. Maybe he catches, Charlotte Flair or Naomi going through a table or something.
What's your Waffle House order?
What's your IHOP order? We got to be different. We got to be different.
That's for AEW.
Fair enough.
All the IHOP questions over to the dub. Kyle, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome back. Good to see you. Duke, great name, by the way. Super excited for Jeff Cobb. Yeah, I mean, we popped pretty good for Jeff Cobb, and we're excited to see where he goes, Nick.
Yes, he popped right off the Cobb, and I do have to make a correction of that. He is Filipino from Hawaii.
Oh my God.
His mother is from Guam, and that's why he represented Guam in the Olympics, because I have seen nothing but, even shout out Geekbox, put our reaction up to it and everything. And everybody's, he's not fucking Simone. He's not there.
You called it. What I didn't get, and I'm going to defend my boy here, folks, but what I didn't get was you called it like the Polynesian Principality.
Polynesian Principalities.
Close the fucking enough. Get out of here. What do you mean? Like, oh, well, he's Filipino. Like, get the fucking, shut up.
You just described my wife with a little bit more Caucasian thrown in there, I feel.
Right? Like, come on. Same body of water. It was close. But Polynesian.
You can have that. That even what I'm mad at.
Right? I thought Polynesian Principality was fucking stellar. But
we're going to put that on a good shirt at some point if they don't gimmick infringement it.
Yeah, that was funny. A lot of people wanted to point out, he's from Guam. All right, relax.
Well, no, there's part of that, and then he's over here and he's over there. He is literally a tour of the islands, much like his finisher. He is literally a tour of the islands.
Well, right now he's making a stop at the Samoan Island, so that's what we're calling him.
There we go. The island of relevancy.
Right? The Tongans aren't Samoan either. It's in the name.
Right? Fuck. It's almost like we know this.
God, yeah. It's the funniest. Two things happen. A, we're live a lot. Things slip by or funny moments, which we put out. We don't even hide from our funny moments. We're like, look what we did. But we stick it to the fridge like a fucking kid. We're good to go.
Literally, with my Mickey James moment, it will always live in infamy.
Absolutely. I mean, we got a list. But what's up, Boston? How you doing? Cherokee George, let's go. Cobb, the new hero. Family Guy is crap. 50-50 with Backlash. That's a lot to cover. I mean, Family Guy I watched it religiously for a long, long time. I think for like everything else, you get tired of it. It's like The Simpsons. Yeah. I mean, I watched every single episode for so many years, and then it just fade.
Yeah, I'm honestly even a little bit like that right now with South Park, keeping a buck.
Yeah, South Park, same way. It's like, are you guys still doing shit? How many?
Well, it's not even one of those. Like, I don't know. It doesn't right now. It doesn't call to me. It doesn't draw to me.
Right, Mr. Noob. Good to see ya. What are the cross rumors? Well, there's a few cross rumors. Some people are reporting that he's about to get a push. If you're watching, that kind of feels that's how it is. Also, a rumor that he could potentially have some friends to assist him. I know he's recently had a faction, but this is different. So we'll see. We'll hold out and see what happens here. But I'm looking forward to snapping on some streams.
Yeah, snapping to a righteous instead of a Slim Jim there. Right. I do see the Samoa Washington there. I know we're kind of still getting order, but no, I saw him and I was like, that almost fits too perfectly what we were just talking about. Shout out, homie.
Where is he? I'm expecting him to give a shit. Like, how dare you?
No, the Samoa Washington right there, just saying aloha, amigos. Absolutely. So see, we made it in there with Bronson Reed and AJ Francis's double cousin.
Right.
But yeah, now I forgot the initial point. Goddamn.
Does not matter. We are a minute 25 away from the start of the show. I'm going to rapid fire through a couple names. Like Jake's here. Christopher, it's always a pleasure. Denisha, welcome back. Jose, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Christopher again. Brandon, Bash 8. Bash was in there for that prediction title this weekend. He was throwing his name around, but not so lucky. Chris, we always appreciate you as we got about a minute. Brother Fluff Salisbury Theater got you. Stoner Jesus, may that blunt be with you, sir. Always a pleasure. Who else we got? I think that's Dennis. Bradley.
Well, I got
say hello.
I got Spaz with a $10 super chat. Missed the boys on Saturday, but MLP was awesome. Sent you guys picks. Congrats to Giselle and Josh and the new champs. I used the best alternative pay-per-view commentary when I got home at like 3 a.m. All love, boys. Appreciate you, man.
The MLP show looked wicked up here in the north. Josh Alexander, the first ever MLP male champion. Giselle Shaw winning a belt as well. So yeah, hell of a show. A lot of good praise for what Scott's doing up here in the north.
Oh, absolutely. And it's still nice to see that you can have outside of the big two, the big three, you can still see other companies kind of prosper and take off a bit.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, he had a choice. I mean, Scott could have jumped easily, found another job with somebody somewhere. But he kind of bet on himself and he's taking a bit of a risk. And there is a long-standing history that he's undertaking. And I like what he has to say. And as long as the shows he puts on are good, like if you haven't seen the MLP shows that have happened, check them out. They're really worth a watch. A lot of AEW influence, a mixture of indie guys. It's good stuff.
Right.
But I am getting the start of the show.
I'm getting a memory of Terrence Brunk, Sabu. I never feel like it feels weird calling a guy, especially a guy like Sabu, by his actual name.
Yeah, I never thought he was a Terrence. Then
now I'm at forever.
You're gonna stop, right? Forever.
There we go.
Like I'm coming.
I couldn't stop. Just stop saying that. I couldn't stop on now.
Together. Ladies and gentlemen, you can sync up at home and follow along with Nick and I as we got the big W on the screen and we are ready to go tonight. Remember, let us know how you're feeling about anything going on in that wrestling world. Keep the gloves up, keep it respectful, and have a lot of fun. And as we just approach triple digits, make sure you share this link. I want to see triple digits in this chat every single night, folks.
Right? We've been flirting with it. We've been right around there, and we just literally hit it as we said it. Let's see if we can add another one in there.
Well, I need 15 thumbs for triple digits on those likes as we get Judgment Day walking in the building. So make sure you hit that like button as we have more than 85 people here right now. Hit that like button. Be a part of the family. Don't forget to subscribe. And again, be a friend. Tell a friend as we are here for all your favorite wrestling, all your favorite shows. All week long, every week, we do 300 plus days, and you can't beat that.
Well, I got scared for a minute because I saw AJ with the.
I almost cried a little. I haven't heard a what from you in a long
time. But I saw AJ with his hair pulled back. Now I realized, but he had it under the ball cap, and I was like, "Don't tell me he cut the locks. Don't tell me he cut the Karen haircut." But I'm getting a replay of last Monday with Jey Uso. Which even then, if we don't get John Cena versus R-Truth, that Saturday night main event, which we very much want to have happen, we're definitely getting at this point Logan Paul versus Jey Uso at Saturday night main event.
Announced.
Yes.
Now, what makes Logan Paul even more dangerous is the distraction from Paul and crew, which scares you a little. If you
No, because it's still more impactful if Seth wins it off of Jey than if Seth wins it off of Logan.
I agree with you. So maybe that actually helps hold that off. But I like this. And Jey fired up last week. I thought it was good. And then again, another little tricky thing of, we went off the air, now punch him.
Yeah, and 100%, they very much have started to use that to their effect of, hey, you got to be paying attention to everything. Yeah. And especially more than recently of that didn't even make sense what I just said. But how we go off the air of Backlash. John Cena just put R-Truth through a table. I had one of the people that watches us, so shout out to homie, that let me know that even happened because we had walked off because, all right, it's another, press conference that nothing too much is going to happen outside of Cena's going to tell everybody to leave. And then that happens. And then we get Raw last week. We end the show, and instantly, within seconds of us getting off the stream, Logan Paul just slapped the shit out of Jey Uso.
Right. As we are getting to that now, is Jey Uso and Seth had a hell of a main event last week. Paul Carpenter, welcome back. Anthony, good to see you. Bradley, we got you. Jose, Paul Scottimore, full of maple syrup. Yeah, he's a chubby buddy. We love Scott.
Don't you hate on Scott. I will hate no hateration or holleration in this chancery.
Right. We really going to get heel Cody versus face Cena for his final match. It's going to be fire. That's interesting. How that's going to take a whole lot of work, Guardian.
We got 23 shots to make it work.
That's an interesting double.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton, but I do like it.
Yeah, like Cody kind of just comes out and starts being dickish, and the fans just kind of naturally get behind John. Oh, we got Punk.
The Cena, like the Cody heel thing, only gets interesting if they lean into. I was facing John, who turned his back on you, and you still booed me. What did I ever do to you? Like, if he goes almost more of the Cena route.
Right?
Is it interesting that CM Punk's music is the same as the Pope's music right now?
Fucking hell. Amen, brother. CM Punk is
how fitting, how biblical, my guy. We're taking this shit to the biblics.
100%. What are the odds? What is 2025?
I don't know, but I don't know if I love or hate this timeline right now.
Right? Bronk, Funk, Bolia. Can we leave out Bolia?
Yeah.
The Terrys of wrestling. You forgot Reynolds. Sorry to hear
about
Sabu.
Era Rising.
Oh, goody. Deep cut with Nick.
Right.
Laura, good to see you. Good to see you. Brandon, welcome back. Let's go. Roll Tide, just in case I didn't say it.
Like Brandon, I'm going to go make 15 dummy counts. Do it.
Right? Let's do it. We welcome all types of musing.
We're here to pump you up.
Another $10. Anybody in GTA come to Dynasty Wrestling August 24th in Mississauga. We got a champ, Dijak, the new era champ, Casey Navarro, women's champ, Aaliyah, which is crazy. Stu Grayson doing good things. Cora Jade, Leon Slater, and the Godfather. So there you go. There you go. Shout out to the local Canadian wrestling.
Now, see, this tells you you're Canadian and I'm American. You read that as Greater Toronto Area. I read that as Grand Theft Auto.
Yes, great. Yeah, so Greater Toronto Area.
Yeah, exactly. You and I read that whole comment entirely differently.
Like,
I was like, GTA 6, what, this man's got the fucking codes?
Right?
What?
It's okay. We're also waiting for the 6th version of our, GTA. I can't shake being pissed off, says Punk. What is Punk pissed off about? Well, we know what he's pissed off about.
Right.
Uncle Phil's here.
Do we get Punk Breaker?
I think we get Sammy Breaker, Seth Punk.
Oh, I almost wonder if you wait till you get to a Seth Punk. Like, you can build on that. You can cross a bridge or two before you get there.
Maybe. I mean, again, you could use Braun as the bulldozer, the Braun as the bodyguard, Braun as the hurdle.
Braun is the Batista in this whole group of you got to go through him to get to me.
Right.
Then again, they've teased, do we get a third member? Who could that third member be?
There's lots of talk. Nick taking it to the biblioteca. Yes.
Yes.
Let's go. Terry Bam Bam. I like that one. Carolyn, how you doing? Christian, welcome back. Theater Spaz. Damien, Mega. How those Oilers, buddy? They're doing good. They're looking good. Toronto, right? The 6. It is known as the 6, affectionately.
There you go. So, see, it came all around. What comes around is all around, Ricky.
Right. On God, Nick.
Grand Theft Auto, yes. And I like this. So is Pat actually there? Because I haven't heard any commentary yet that I can notice.
I've only heard Cole that I know of.
We've been here before, says Punk.
You know how this ends.
I can't wait to get my hands around your fat little neck.
Ladies and gentlemen, whoa.
What?
Punk,
where you at,
Penguin?
Arthur Cobblepot walking down to the ring right now.
I like it. This is why Punk against Heyman works so well.
And whatever words you choose, they will be your last.
Burn it down.
It will, as I see Carolyn saying, where we get the third man shows up? Because he's going to expect Seth. He's going to expect Braun even potentially. Yeah. Does he get Submarine from the outside here?
Maybe not yet. They've shown lots of restraint. I mean, yes, we could. Yeah, have you seen this?
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Wait, what?
I've got Braun out there in a suit. I've got Heyman in a suit, and Seth Rollins looks like he's skinned an anaconda and leathered it in the Georgia sun.
Jake the Snake would be proud.
He's fucking Congo.
Big Punk chance breakout. MLW War Chamber.
It's so interesting how Seth still has such flamboyant attire, but it's still now like easier to understand a bit.
Right. Stoner. That's awesome, man. Where you at, Penguin? I love it. Fucking pop me.
When I think you can't get any more selfish or egotistical, you find a way. And the crowd's letting him know, boo.
Paul E. Cobblepot.
Yes, 100%. And I saw everybody saying that Seth was the Joker.
Right? Yeah, it works. The Penguin, the Joker, Bane.
Bum. Yeah. 100% from the Batman and Robin shit.
Right.
Oh, Ian Hattery's out there. Oh, yes, Mr.
Right.
You're born in it.
The crowd is on their feet.
Well, this is the best thing going right now on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Bar none.
Yeah, absolutely. Third man must have been KO until injury. The third man is KJ. Kalani Jordan? Okay.
Actually, KO's not a terrible shout.
He's out, though.
I know, but if he wasn't, that's not a terrible shout at all.
No. That's a lot of snake. That's what she said. Was Paul Heyman close to Sabu? Yes. I don't know if they I don't know if they still were.
The most I know is that still Paul owed him money, as he did with everybody else, all that. Sabu seemed more like a Todd Gordon, a Bill Alfonso guy.
Right.
So
please, I don't want Seth to talk. Let's go. I like it. Nina, how you doing? How you doing? A penguin, a dog, and an anaconda walk into a bar. CM Punk. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Both guys are justified. Now you sound like Tony Khan. Justified CM Punk chance right now on Raw. What an insecure tweet. Justified. This is AEW chance. Stop it, Tony.
Well, it sounds weak, and it's coming from a weak position when you're the owner of the fucking company. Yeah. Vince was never justified. You're an asshole. Fuck you, right. Vince chance right now.
Right. Sounds like a sucky little brother. Look what I did.
See, Mom, I'm justified.
Justified.
Justified D's.
Yeah, no shit. I want to see one tweet come out, be like unjustified.
Unjustified.
As the crowd barks a little. Okay.
I believe that could be, but that's the thing. So Braun is just his fucking dog that he can unleash. He's C. Montgomery Burns. Unleash the hounds.
Yeah, he is the pit bull. He is the bulldog. He is the gargoyle. I think is fucking.
So is this evolution is a mystery of kind of when you would have like Hunter people try and go at him, and no, you got to get through Dave, or you got to get through Randy.
Absolutely, they just don't have a Randy yet.
Yeah.
And I guess you count Paul as Flair. Fair enough.
Yeah, well, they both probably had the same resting heart rate, and also both should have not been wrestling at the same time at all. So, yeah.
Oh, double leg. Punk firing up. Good stuff.
Yeah, but the numbers game is that. Does Sammy come out here?
Third man is Jack Perry. That would be the best thing ever. I would actually go.
I fucking imagine.
Oh, wait, we got Sammy. Sammy.
I'm starting to get of the mindset it would be the biggest thing if Sammy turns, but I almost don't ever want it because he's the true north. He is the moral compass.
Yes. Like he is that guy. And when he does become a heel again, it will be kind of like like we lost one of the good guys. And MDB, I don't want to hear your shit. But again, he is the kind of I think he gets on people's nerves because he's a bit of the hall monitor.
No, he's the moral compass, the moral center there. Of that, if Sammy turns, to me, that's what if Steve Rogers, if Captain America turns to the dark side of, I guess, just different countries. Uso.
wait,
6 foot
the
10.
heels are outnumbered.
Yeah.
Are
Oh, who's the
outnumbered.
third man? Who's the third man?
Jack Perry would be epic. I would actually stand up and applaud.
Tony Khan would have the greatest crash out in pro wrestling history in Twitter history of all time.
Oh.
But now, do you think that we tease this now when we end the show with we find out who the third man is?
Player.
Holla, holla, holla.
Yeeton. Look, again, the building sang Punk's song. The building popped for Heyman. The building sang Seth's song. The building barked for Braun, cheered for Sammy, and yeeted for fucking Uso.
You mentioned this earlier, though, and it's such a solid point because you mentioned about asking people outside of the channel, etc., and all of that, so their opinions and how it felt, that kind of like late 90s, early 2000s, felt that old-ish kind of vibe. That's kind of where Raw kind of feels at. Like that whole segment, instantly, like, am I out of line? Am I out of pocket saying that felt Attitude Era-ish?
It's starting to feel like that vibe. And again, maybe it's because of the people at the helm. That makes a lot of sense. And I did use helm on purpose. Yeah, I mean, again, I felt like Backlash felt like old school wrestling. I feel like a segment like that where, Paul and Seth could have came out together. But no, everybody kind of has a catchy thing that everyone's into. We know what it's like. The glass breaks. And then if you smell, then suck it. All like within a half an hour. That's what it kind of feels like. All of a sudden, we're singing to everything. Now here's Penta. We're back on our feet.
Right. When you get big pop and everybody right now feels like they have something involved.
A lot. Yeah. I mean, I know people are worried about the benched out there, but a lot of the company is busy.
Yeah, but so if you do roster cuts to get rid of the bench, then all of a sudden you're also an asshole too.
Right. As we are getting Penta versus Gable, we will put a poll up as we take a prediction on every single match, folks, and we take a rating out of 10 at the end of every single show. So if you're new here, stick around to the end. Let us know how you felt about Raw. And again, make sure you check out all of our content. And we're here all week long as we're back at it tomorrow with NXT, Nick.
Right. Back at it like a jackrabbit, getting the contract signing between Joe Hendry and Trick. And I see a lot of people that are starting to get on that bandwagon of maybe Trick is the first ever NXT champion.
Yeah. I'm shocked. People are going to fucking snap. But it's good. You want them to snap.
Oh, into a Slim Jim, LA Knight. Why?
Right. Let's go.
Now, can you explain to me why Gable's in this match? Gable did nothing wrong to get involved versus Penta. It was Grande Americano. Why are we punishing Gable? And he's got to be out here doing this. He should be in the corner of American Made when they're out there going for the tag titles and all of that. Instead, he's got to be out here wrestling Penta. He did nothing wrong.
I believe Gable's doing the honorable thing, Nick, and defending a friend. So we got to give him credit. He's stepping up, kind of like Pat McAfee did for Michael Cole. Chad Gable.
No. You're implying that there's a connection between Mr. Gable and Grande. I have seen no connection.
I mean, he was
Your Honor, I have actually seen disconnection.
He was wearing his T-shirt, so that it kind of feels like there's something.
He's just advertising for the merch store,
right? At minimum, there's an admiration, perhaps.
Fair enough.
But Penta and Blue set and ready to go. We are in a commercial break, folks. Let's go. Who you taking, and why? Where can I buy that much pleather?
Yeah, I've never seen snake skin at a rich mahogany level.
Right.
Man looked like a fucking futon and an anaconda at the same time.
So funny. As Chad Gable is getting his entrance started within the commercial break.
Yes, you have. Don't you just have regular picture? Or do you have picture in picture?
I got regular picture right now. I got Chad Gable coming out with Ivy Nile.
That's so crazy though, that they let you know that I'm in a commercial break.
Yeah, there's a countdown clock. 54, 53, 52. Say what you want about Flair. He was still tag team champ with Batista. Fact. And I mean, Paul can't do that. No, Paul can't do that.
I mean, Nicholas did it. So
That's
with
true.
Braun Strowman. So
Right.
anything is possible.
Sammy. Jack Perry being the third man would be wild. It's the only way he would get over. You send him back to AEW, it's going to be worthless.
That's your SummerSlam fucking match right there. Jack Perry versus. Could you imagine the hellscape that Twitter and social media would be if Jack Perry versus CM Punk main events a WWE pay-per-view
right
before they ever have a match in AEW?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right.
It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times.
Does Jay show up? Jay did show up. What's up? Smooth move, Clyde. Let's go. The electric slide glide. ADAZ in the house. Just Joe back in the house. John back in the house. Jordan's with us. Bruiser 11 or 011. Do you think NBA is rigged now after tonight? I always thought they were rigged.
Ever since Tim Donaghy, the official, might have let some things slip, it kind of always feels like there might be a fix in.
You're always nervous about it, right? Once it happens, you're nervous about it.
Now here we get Pat making a moment, making a spectacle.
Absolutely.
Him being on commentary. Yes, we're out here in pleather weather. And Just Joe actually agreeing with me, though, of saying, oh, come on, everybody knows El Grande Americano is Frankie Kazarian. Absolutely.
I think it's Omos.
That theory has been bandied about. I will not confirm nor deny that theory.
I think it could be Omos, but a really smooth move here, bringing Pat out. And actually, you know what? Jim Cornette had really good thoughts about the Pat Gunther match. So anybody out there that wants an additional opinion, check it out.
Well, I guess does that make me a subtractive opinion? Is that what you're trying to say, sir?
You don't believe it was a match, which is hurting my head. It's one of the weirdest takes ever on this channel.
It was an angle. It was a segment. I was very sports entertained after it.
It's still a match by definition. What's the difference between that and a 30-second squash match? Help me understand.
They're wrestlers.
I like Raw. Pat's a wrestler. That's a trained athlete. Chad Gable.
That's never that a wrestler. Who you got in this match? Chad Gable or Penta?
Well, the chat is taking probably Penta, but let's see. 84% for Penta. Gable down to 12. Nobody getting a whopping 8. So yeah, heavy favorite for Penta. Don't count out Chad.
Do we see El Grande Americano show up and interfere in this match? I mean, he's the one that's truly, got the issue with Penta.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think the intricacy and the who is Grande Americano and how will we find out? I'm all for it. Let's go.
There's an AEW fan out there really hoping El Grande is Alberto Del Rio.
It's Vikingo.
That would almost be the second fire if they brought in Vikingo as El Grande Americano. Right. Some men just want to watch the world burn, Mr. Wayne.
Right. As right now, Chad Gable all over Penta. Up, down, belly to back.
Right.
Dare I say Logan is the third? I can't see it, but I do like it.
Is it too much of low-hanging fruit?
I think you kind of have Logan doing Logan things, and you keep that separate from Seth things. I think the group that we see before us could use another member, but Logan doesn't quite. I mean, a young, arrogant Logan Paul, it's not that far off from a young, arrogant Randy.
Yeah, but no, then you feel like he would be instantly. You kind of feel like they're going to go towards the Seth Logan thing. I don't. I agree with you of let Logan do Logan things, let Seth do Seth things. I'm more of like, who else would be a third? Would it be? People have said it, an Austin Theory.
Austin Theory to me has a lot of sense to it. And, you know, I was even okay with the idea of A-Town Down both coming in and then Paul kind of, you know, making them a legitimate tag team that has a belt, has a run under the tools.
Oh, I thought you were to say Paul splitting them up.
No,
like he just becomes the wedge.
Yeah, if you have to pick somebody, Theory fits the bill. I think Theory is a guy looking for something. Oh,
Theory respectfully has, I think, more of the potential.
Oh, what was that?
Pat called it a diving headbutt. It looked like a diving crossbody. It looks like if he short-armed Braun Spear.
Penta, I didn't like how he came down. When do you see Finn turning on Dom? It's in the process. We've been saying this for a long time, Nick.
Could it be that Dom turns on Finn? Well, I saw a few stills from when they were at Backlash, and you see Finn behind Dom, and he had all of the sourpuss face behind him of I'm about to fuck your life up.
Yeah, and they're doing that a lot. Like, I mean, even with Sammy, like if Sammy keeps hanging around behind people, and you're like, knock it off. You're freaking me out. Oh, you're making me nervous. Penta beat Gable. Wait, what? 2 beat Gable. Thank you. I thought he was pretty, you know, from the future.
John Cena.
No commercials. That's good. Yeah, I haven't. Well, we had the picture in picture. I had the flow.
You don't get them. I get them.
Yeah. Nick, when do you think Roman returns?
Oh, that's actually a really good Money in the Bank the option, or is it post that?
I don't know. Maybe post Money in the Bank building for something.
That's the thing. Well, I'm wondering, do you have him on SummerSlam at all?
Yeah,
that's why I'm like, you gotta find a point before SummerSlam.
Yeah, really, you do. So yeah, I mean, you bring him in kind of post, like SmackDown after Money in the Bank or at Money in the Bank. The question becomes more and more with Roman is, what do you do with Roman now that he's starting to look like he's on the peripheral? And again, the in and out makes it really tough to be consistently behind him.
Do you? Well, no. Well, this is an interesting comment, I guess, or opinion now that you said that. Of could you wait on Roman? You let Punk and Seth play out, and then that plays out at, say, SummerSlam. You have Roman come out at SummerSlam. Seth versus Roman is your play into WrestleMania.
Oh,
now, granted, I think if you're going to do that play, that might involve a world title. Right. So that's where that gets interesting.
For sure. As Gable trying to get that mask off, switching to the submission hold. But I want to see the ultimate swerve and it be Punk. That may be too much. But my God, superpower.
Well, yeah, I know, JV, you sent that to me, and I'm like, that's too much. Like, that doesn't make any sense of like, I'm going to let you kick my ass before I join you. That's like when Bully Ray joined the Aces and Eights just after he was fresh off an ass whooping.
Absolutely, absolutely. Somebody had a really good comment, and then I clicked on it, and then I clicked away and forgot to read it. But keep it coming, folks. Keep it coming, as I believe we're coming back out of a commercial break now.
Right.
Pat, go away. You don't need an entrance. Leave Pat alone. Pat's alive.
Leave Pat alone.
Did you see that man's chest?
Yeah, I also saw and shared it out there of very much him getting chopped by Gunther is how I feel going into Mondays.
Right. I like that one.
That man's destined to find what he was looking for.
Jack Perry shows up to WWE. I will get a Wrestling for Life tattoo. Theater, I'm down. I'm holding you to that, bro. But yeah, it's so funny.
He'd be beating us to it. We got to reach 10K before we do that.
Right. I'll get tattooed. I'll get goat tattoo. I'll get a goat head tattooed on my neck.
What the fuck did you just say? That is of the thoughts and opinions of KJ White and KJ White alone.
I mean, I get to hide at my neck a lot, right? So I'll just put it, tuck it in.
We don't even know that you've just been out there with the Cody Rhodes tattoo, everything. This man's got the whole fucking, you know, he had the Bray Wyatt tattoo, all that. It's all just hiding underneath.
Right. I have a cleft chin. I got Bart Simpson bent over right here. You guys can't tell.
What in the fuck did you just say to me?
Let's go. Chad is El Grande. Wesley, maybe. I see Finn dethrones Dom eventually. Some men just want to see a tangerine.
Yeah.
2-2-2. Solid match rolling, folks.
Well, Penta just caught Gable's
Arch
kind of splash cross body into a code breaker there.
Right. Dennis Rodman's the third man. Theory needs to be in Paul's boy band. I still want Becky to officially like join.
Does she? I get it, but almost do you just anticipate she's there kind of peripherally because I mean husband.
Yeah, I kind of want it to be a little less peripheral and more official.
Fair enough.
AJ Hawk massaged cocoa butter on Pat. I don't even want to know how you know that. But
probably Pat's show, but I don't know how I feel that that's a memory that you just unlocked right now.
Yeah. If that was not on the Pat show, please step away from the binoculars.
I'm still questioning again why you remembered that and felt you needed to share that. I love you, AD, but yeah.
I thought even no y'all had necks. I just thought it was beard and chest. That's accurate.
I honestly, if I took off my shirt, it might kind of look like that. So respectfully, yeah.
Right. When the glass breaks at your ass, Jack Perry's theme song. I like it. You take the Stone Cold glass break entrance.
No, you have. Oh, you make that a badass theme. Because you can't do, what was it? He was Beethoven's Fifth Symphony or whatever he was before.
How much do you pay Beethoven's people to use Beethoven's Fifth? Or is that just public? Is that public access at this point?
I mean, it's just a dog. I mean, it's just a dog.
Right. I literally never in my life thought anybody would say their 10 looks like Bart. Their 10 looks like Bart Simpson's ass. Thank you so much, KJ. I think it means my chin, but we're good.
Fair enough. Well, that's your 10 on your spot of, I guess if you hit the nose, it's a 9. The ears are maybe like a 5. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Spaz, for the super chat. If Nikita can't wrestle, I'd love to see bum. Damn it, that was a good one.
But no, she can't wrestle worth a fuck.
Apparently she's good at kickboxing.
No, she's good at taunting. She's good at hitting the taunt button to where she's so fucking confused. And I feel bad. We're going to be here, I believe, live for TNA Impact on Thursday.
Yes.
And it's Masha and Nikita versus Tessa and
Canadian Destroyer.
Mexican Destroyer. Get it right.
Blasphemy.
Great. He won with a Mexican Destroyer.
What a huge destroyer.
A super Mexican Destroyer.
You don't call it a Mexican whip when he throws a guy off the ropes. You don't change the name of the
No, I call it an English whip.
That's a different thing altogether.
Right?
Lukewarm Jack Perry. Beethoven's music is free. You would think, right? Public domain. Yeah, it's definitely public domain at this point.
Yes, no, I have always known it as a Canadian Destroyer.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, and again, what did Chad Gable do to deserve this?
Again, he's helping get over a very new babyface, and it's working. Top Rope Destroyer was beauty.
No, I get that. I'm saying is him being
El
Grande.
Good whip. Right? Oh no! You got to keep in mind. I was hoping he would get jumped, but we got Julia and Roxanne getting our tag team package.
Yeah.
Chad's sold out like a pro. Chad's excellent.
You
know what's bullshit? y'all got mad about the Gulf of Mexico. Now I just get my destroyer taken from my country and we're supposed to be okay with it.
You can have that. Not even what we mad at.
Listen, Anthony solved the problem. Anthony has the compromise, the solution. It's a Mexican destroyer.
It's a Mexican destroyer. Yes. But
there you go. The diplomat that is Anthony.
Right. We're crossing bridges that we didn't even know were built. But Roxanne and Julia paired together out here, and like all of this just seems really fucking cool right now.
Yeah, I love it. I'm like excited. I'm looking forward to this match. I'm again, the future is bright.
I'm like, that's the thing, is I'm being honest. I don't know how to try and like give it an analysis type of fucking take on this. This is really fucking cool. Of like, you mean I get to watch Julia and Roxanne team together? I get to see Julia and Roxy team together with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. I know they have all their different WWE names, but like, that's still a really cool match any way you break that down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. And I mean, again, and where does it go? What does it mean? Who else is involved? That's the fun stuff. But yeah, let's go.
Right.
After 95 years, something becomes public domain, or 70 years after the author's death. That makes a lot of sense. But thank you.
Fair enough. Well, doesn't that depend on if you keep up with the fucking rights and everything? Well, I know that's why like Winnie the Pooh and all of that stuff started to turn into like they're going to make horror. They've made horror movies out of it.
Right. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to run back a Backlash. I think some of you are on commercial. But again, John Cena's historic run continues. Mr. Nick, I shall return, sir.
Fair enough. Well, and on that note, I'll send you off with it's similar to a Canadian destroyer, but just not quite a Canadian destroyer. Yes. See money, Frankie, because it's a work. What did Frankie say? If Liv is going to be gone for a month, how does she keep the tag titles? Well, see money says because it's work, all of that. To me, I'm going to be completely blunt with it. It's because they've actually fucking killed any sort of tag teams that they've had in that women's division. Honestly, respectfully, in my opinion, just get rid of the fucking belts. They hold no weight. They hold no matter. You've erased, you've killed off any sort of viable tag team you could have had. That could have even just been, you're already struggling to build the men's tag divisions, and you had already teams like Lash and Jakara. You already had an existing team before with Katana Chance and Caden Carter. I keep one almost out, already call her Casey Catanzaro. And I know they weren't used regularly, but they are former champs. You broke away everything of Chemical Eggs. All of that. You have very much dismantled your entire women's tag division. So at this point, just get rid of the fucking belts. Like, the reason Liv can get away with them not being defended for a month is because no one fucking is going to clamor for them outside of hardcore fans. No one's going to notice or miss that they're gone outside. You'll more miss that Liv's on TV than you'll miss that the belts are on TV. That's the thing. So to me, just get rid of the goddamn belts. Focus on the mid-card titles. You cut the head off of anything you had as a women's tag division. So just end it. Like, I wouldn't even say maybe making an Evolve thing, what have you. But yeah, no, I'd end it. Girls getting the main event tonight. Amazing. They are the official the main event though? Fair enough. I feel like KJ specifically clicked on that because I was saying that it's a women's tag match, but it's individuals in the tag match. Yeah. As we're hyping up SummerSlam from MetLife Stadium, where Cardi B is going to be the host of the first ever 2-night SummerSlam, Saturday, August 2nd and Sunday, August 3rd. And we'll be live for that. Trust me, and be live for everything in between that. As now we're bigging up exclusive Louisville Slugger baseball bats for WWE superstars, what have you. Bradley, favorite Sabu match, Heatwave 98 for me. Go. If it's not the initial match between him and Taz, which that actually might have been that match, if I'm trying to remember correctly, it was RVD and Sabu versus Hayabusa and Christ Almighty, I can't remember his name right now for the life of me, and I'd have to look it up. But he was the one that had all the Japanese writing tattoos up and down his skin. But yeah, or even Christ Almighty, if you want to, let's think about it. It's still insane. Sabu and John Cena had a match at One Night Stand. You had Sabu versus Rey Mysterio. That ended in an insane DDT on the table. Yeah, sorry, I got the hiccups. But as we've literally had John Cena versus Sabu in a match. That's fucking insane. Christian, I'm not that familiar with Ethan Hunt. Huh? Nick, I'll ask you, GV, what up? Do you think WWE should go all in on Chad Gable's El Grande Americano and make him the first ever AAA champion on the WWE banner? It would be interesting as fuck. It would be a bold strategy, Cotton. I think honestly, if I were booking it, the best play you can do is you build. Honestly, I'm going to say this: you build to where he feels like a viable contender, like he could actually win it. You build to he's there, and it's him versus like Vikingo, and Vikingo pulls out the win, all of that. You big up Vikingo, you make him a super talent, you make him pretty much the fucking head of that whole company right there, which absolutely should be, was be, is be a thing. And you tease the threat that El Grande, like they really could do that and just watch people melt down about it. And then when they don't do it, that, you know, they all have to respond to it. As I'm getting the replay of McAfee and Gunther right now. Just Joe, Sabu versus the best in a barbed wire match in TNA. I still think Pete Sabu's like 93 to maybe 98, the latest, like 92, 95 Sabu. Man, literally, he managed to sit there and just move through everything. And you believed every single second that he did any bit of action. Can't wait for SummerSlam with Cardi, says Frankie, Sabu and Raven. Hangman's horror match. John C, what up? MDB, that rule doesn't apply to Disney. What rule? What is the rule? I don't know the one rule, two of them all. KJ saying Sabu versus RVD WrestlePalooza. Fair enough. And that's always super interesting of Sabu and RVD are always forever tied together. You can't think about one without the other. I've even heard some people say that the whole little twist over Frog Splash, not the regular Frog Splash, was a Sabu thing. But those two, as a tag team, and honestly, even a bit with Fonzie thrown in there, those two as a tag team were such a lifeblood of what ECW was. And I think that's the biggest. It's so interesting when, like, I'm going to say this, when ECW guys pass away, because they're like so much of a bigger thing, even onto themselves, of anyone that has anything to do with ECW. It's like you have this extra lore that's very warranted around you. As so everyone, well, a modicum of people that are making sure that they're in the camera shot are hyped up for Pat's performance in the match. Replay of a great match, now of a great angle. My constituents, my Canadian counterparts would like to tell you that was the match. That was not a match. That was the good angle. That was the good mugging. That was a beatdown of not much of a match. That was, you saw a former athlete with a little bit of a flurry losing to a world champ. That's what you saw. And now we've got to make him feel right because we've got to hype him up. Yeah, as he's still got to show off his chest. I'm trying to get out of this accent. Trust me, I don't like it either. MDB, they'll have to create a new character. What? Crowd goes wild. Yeah, well, a barking steel glamors when you bring out the salmon. I don't know what I was trying to say. KJ trolling Nick from the great beyond. Yes, I'm getting fucking mocked from a ghost in the mythos right now. As I have the New Day coming up right now. For a celebrity match, it was sold. That might be the bridge to Terabithia here a little bit. If we're going to call that a celebrity match, that was a lot of you got beat down and you did a whole lot of nothing. As we got the tag team champions of the New Day out here. Is anyone like overjoyed? Is anyone happy about where the New Day's gone since everything with Big E? Like, that feels like such an afterthought at this point of did they just do that we have to address the elephant in the room so we can go this way with it? But I don't feel any vibe. I'm not behind the New Days. They're on commentary for the Viking Raiders versus American Made. But yeah, you had such a big moment and it feels such an afterthought now. But I am commercial break as I see 102 people kicking it with us. We've been a couple more above that, and everything. So let's see if we can keep this thing going and rolling. We're ever so close to 7K subscribers. 100%. Let's see if we can blow this thing up out there. And again, I've seen people talking about tattoos, this and that. So if we reach 10K subscribers, me and KJ are going to get a tattoo of a logo. I believe the man's going to vlog it too. What? Wesley saying it's Sabu Day. Paul saying the New Day. JV. Is it wrong that my mind went straight to Diddy and Kelly when those two came out? Yes, it is. But at least you are open and honest about it, so we can address and tell you that you're wrong. They're stretching out the New Day versus Raiders rematch too long. I right now feel that the SmackDown's tag division is much better and much stronger than Raw's is. Raw's, outside of these two tag teams, you got what? Maybe Garza, if I'm even remembering correctly, you've got American Made, clearly with that. Then you've got the Alpha Academy, if you want to count them as a tag team. Like, if there's someone I'm really misremembering, but it feels super shallow. So, yeah, you need an influx of tag team. Well, maybe the draft, you bring the Lucha Bros over, but yeah, you need an influx of talent in this tag division. New Day sucks. New Day rocks. John C. and TJ arguing out there. Anthony saying the New Day, I vote for the War Raiders. John C. They're played out now. John, I feel like you probably told me before, but which team are you talking about? I'd honestly almost at this point more agree with you with the New Day than I would with the War Raiders I know they've been through 18,000 name changes, but this feels like the most authentically them, I guess, since the closest since they've gotten called up. The New Day, like, they were supposed to be so much, and then they've just gotten all sorts of sideways with it. Yes, as the voice beyond corrects me again because they can't pay attention to slides. I guess that's my fault. New Day sucks rocks. At least they don't smoke them; they just suck them. Guardian would have been wild if they show the photo from the esports tournament this past weekend with Woods and Omega hugging with Omega blurred out. I have seen this going around, and I do actually follow the up, down, down channel and all that. I did very much like everything I did with GM mode. I'm being honest. Kind of really made me want a lot of more WWE games. But yeah, it was interesting because they've had references to Kenny. You clearly had Woods versus Kenny at the last con and all that. So it is interesting. It is interesting. I will say that. Hey, match out of the Saturday main event. I missed the match. Thank you. Sorry. Missed it. How you doing? Anyone want to let me know what the match is? As I got spazzed with a $2 super chat of All In and Evolution on the same day. AW equals sexist. We don't even know if Evolution is going to actually be then. Small Mark, what up, Carolyn? What was the match added that I missed? Of Kofi and Xavier have gone from the New Day to the Flu Day. Every time I see them, I want to puke. Oh boy, big dog. But I got Sammy and Punk right now having a chat.
Maybe a bad segue, but yeah.
Well, I don't know. We're gonna have a chat, I guess. So we're gonna have a chat on the match that I missed.
So they added Sami Zayn, CM Punk against Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins for Saturday Night Main Event.
Oh,
not tonight.
Saturday Night Main Event already stacked more than Backlash.
Yeah,
allegedly.
I think overall, I mean, already 3 matches compared to 5, and the 3 matches they've announced are pretty solid matches. So it's neck and neck. One more banger, and
have they officially announced Cena versus Truth?
No.
So what's the third match they've officially announced?
That would be the third.
What was the? I know Jay and Logan. What's the other one?
And the tag match that just got announced. There's no other match right now.
That's 2 though. What's the third?
Assuming we're gonna get R-Truth and
Punk. Okay. All right.
Cena. What up, Terrell?
Right.
So that's a big match, Nick, and you're right. Like Saturday Night Main Event being a 2-hour, kind of special show, it's shaping up pretty nice.
Well, that's why I asked you before we went live. We know that Battleground. I knew at least that there was a WWE show coming up soon that's going to go toe to toe, tit for tat with Double or Nothing. So that's why I was wondering if it was Saturday Night Main Event, because I mean, hey Tony, you're going to do one of your big couple pay-per-views, Double or Nothing. Well, I'm going to do Jey Uso versus Logan Paul, John Cena versus R-Truth, Sami Zayn and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. I'm going to unload the fucking chamber just on a Saturday night. Just happy to be, friend.
Well, I mean, again, you have June 6th against all odds. So Memorial Day weekend, we get Under Siege. You get Battleground and Double or Nothing. And you get Saturday Night Main Event that weekend stacked. Then we jump into June. We get Against All Odds from TNA. We get Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide on the same day. We get Grand Slam in June. We get Evolution in July now. So we thought it was going to be around July 5th is where we had it pegged. It's going to be a week later. Apparently the same weekend as maybe All In.
There was a firefight.
Interesting.
Well, and I've seen people now, one in the Blackfoot, what the fuck was that? But I've seen even people throw out of WWE might be recruiting the cross-promotional pay-per-view between AW and CMLL of, hey, who can we bring over to AAA?
Right. Oh. Ivar down, Eric all by himself. But yeah, 100%. I mean, and this would be the opportunity, I think, Nick. Saturday Night Main Event in a tag match. They need a help. Who helps them? Who helps the Heyman crew?
Well, yeah. Well, I thought we were almost going to get that kind of tonight. And tonight will be where Creed smashes him.
New Day enjoying the action.
Yeah, how do you feel about the New Day post what they did to Big E?
I think it's going okay. And I think there's 2 problems. One, I think they took too long to get from messing with Big E to champion. It took too long. And there was nothing of substance in between, not a whole lot. So I think because there's a lack of tag team division on Raw, they felt a little meh. So have the Viking Raiders, because I mean, American Made's on the come up, but SmackDown's got a much better tag team division.
But to me, it's even a bit of, if I pick a fight with you, and then I'm gonna go and have it out with Anthony afterwards. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, you're supposed to be mad at him. Why is there no follow-up over there? Why are you fighting over there?
Yeah. You say one more word, I'm gonna slap him. What?
I'm gonna slap the shit out of his face. And he's over, what the fuck did I do?
Right. No, but right now we still have the tag match rolling, folks. Uncle Howdy's the third man, highly unlikely. Saturday night main event versus AEW. Again, we're going to be here live for all of it, folks. And on those nights, you know what we do. We'll split the screens and we'll be watching as much wrestling as we can.
Yeah, we already split the brain cells. Now we'll just split the screens in the brain cells. But I'm going to unsplit the screen here and I'll be right back.
All right, Nick, going for a pause for the cause. I got the New Day. We're in a commercial break, about a minute and a half away from returning. Pat McAfee, by the way, gets a huge standing ovation. A nice pop for the little package he went through on the weekend. I know some people are critics, but from bell to bell, you get an 11.5-minute match. Pat did his job. Pat made Gunther look good the whole time. Little slip up on the rope, but fine. Overall, again, gets nothing but babyface love. But speaking of babyface love, Eric fighting back. Crowd's a little bit quiet right now. You can hear a pin drop. Yeah, I'm with you, Richard. I'm with you. It's a little bit quiet. There you go, TJ. The Usos and the Lucha Bros are needed in this division. Yeah, I mean, it would help. And I mean, we talk about, will there be a draft? How will the draft impact things? How will things feel after the draft? And how do we move forward? I've talked a lot about maybe going to one men's tag team title. I don't know if that's the answer that's going to solve all the problems, but I mean, you look at the Raw tag team division is basically the Vikings, New Day, and American Made. The crowd's pretty quiet right now, and it's, you need compelling counterparts, right? But Ivar gets the tag, back body drop, coming back from commercial break. Ivar is on fire. Saturday main event, 2 official, 1 speculated. Exactly, John C. All right, peace, smile mark. Good to see you. And yes, T's and P's. Remember on a channel I wasn't supposed to get, I saw parts of Sabu in the infamous small town match. Larry, he had a bunch of good ones. I know you guys were talking about that while I was on my pause. But again, there's a lot of classic Sabu matches. You want to go back to the Japan days where it was just absolute insanity. But again, matches with guys like Terry Funk, absolutely legendary matches. RVD, you know, it didn't matter. Taz, him and Taz, I mean, they had a shoot rivalry. So, I mean, a legend, absolute legend. The guy put his body on the line. But Chad to the top on a leap. Oh, sorry, not Chad. My God, he looked like Chad. Julius, what a move. And Brutus gets the 2. Brutus gets the 2, folks. Pat versus Gunther was fire. Thank you, Phil. I love how KJ instantly goes into the Pat conversation. Yeah, man, I can't win. I don't get it. So there you go. I was just not here. I was not here to say, you know, my loving endorsement to the actual match. So all I'm doing is catching up, my guy. You don't know me. Who do you think you are? WWE has a lot of good tag teams between NXT, SmackDown, and Raw. It's the booking. I would agree in a part with that. I do think Triple H is trying, and I do think it's got better, especially on SmackDown. NXT is doing pretty good, but Raw lacks for my money right now. Big drop in the corner. It's a good match though, but the crowd's a little quiet. And I think it's, are they really into who's participating in the match? I love the Viking Raiders. I think American Made's got a bright future. I just don't know if they're grabbing the fans. SmackDown has the more entertaining and athletic teams, while Raw has the more powerhouse tag teams that sadly aren't over. I'm with you, Richard. American Fade couldn't beat the Judgment Day trash, so who they beaten? Otis and Tozawa every week. That's the other tag team, I guess I forgot to mention. Yes, he did. Absolutely. Made the man look like an absolute beast. Stole the shit out of everything. Give the man some credit, Nick. Give him some love. You're a Pat fan. So much easier to get all that in. But Ivar, oh wait, goes for the back elbows, gets caught by the Creeds. Dropped on his back. Dose, Eric in for the save. The Usos and the Lucha Bros will definitely help. I would agree. I mean, one day the Usos are going to come back together. And I think, I feel at times the Usos get a little overlooked in some of the conversations. But to me, I think they're one of, if not the best tag team the WWE's ever produced. Raw needs MCMG. That's why I thought maybe one set of belts, right? That's, you can go Kofi interfering with Ivar. Brutus. Oh, we get a tag. Ivar's in trouble. We're going to get the cannonball. The Brutus ball, they called it. I came in like a Brutus ball. Where's Bradley? Where's that Bradley? What's Bradley saying? Oh, here we go again. Mom and Dad are gonna, right? It's all right. We made our points while each other were on break, so we're even. And it's we can move on now. Cobb is a little bit corny. As American may get the dub. There you go. So the Vikings get distracted by the New Day, leading to a win for American Made. This match is good, just both teams are not over, which hurts. I 100% agree with that, Richard. I really, really do. I like both teams a lot. I still appreciate what New Day can bring to the table and what they do within the ring. American Made gets a nice win. So, we'll see what this means for the Vikings. But, yeah, a little more flavor would be nice. What do I think of Cena's heel turn? Do you think that Cena's heel turn flopped? As we're in the back with Braun, Seth, and Paul. Braun looks like he wants to destroy everything. But no, I think the Cena turn's going okay. The big hiccup in the Cena turn for me, Travis Scott, WrestleMania, your 17th title, and I think you fumbled. You just didn't make the right choice. Travis Scott, and not just the fact that it was Travis Scott. It was the fact of how it was presented. It wasn't like Travis Scott popped up from ringside and it was this quick, smooth thing, which people still would have hated. But it was this elongated, entrance. And being that the only thing that I think we all got excited for was that when we heard Travis Scott's music, well, that meant The Rock was somewhere. And he wasn't. So other than that, I think it's been fine. I really like it. I like the press conferences. I like them messing with the wrestling media. I like them playing strong into the kayfabe. I think Randy in St. Louis was a perfect opponent. If you guys could hear the crowd Saturday, in the building in St. Louis, they were blowing the roof off that place for the main event. And that's what it's all about. The flips, the tricks, the moves, the angles, the storylines. At the end of the day, if you have your building packed to the brim and they are losing their mind, that's your job. That's what you're hoping to achieve. So, I'm like, if they do Cena R-Truth moving forward, again, another really fun kind of nostalgic thing. Check it off the list. So I think it's still early. Outside of WrestleMania, I think it's been fine. The Rock's involvement has been the thing that muddied it up. Right. I'll take that poll down as a half and half, so not too bad. We're all screwed. Most tags get no reaction. Yeah, I mean, again, we ask for it. We want better tag teams. We talk about it sometimes with the women's division as well. Like, I get mad on Wednesdays because a lot of people, book the women. And then you book the women and people sit on their hands. We got to support it. If you want it booked, we got to be loud. We got to be there for it. We got to treat it like everything else. We can't get mad when it's moved into a spot that you don't think it should have. We really got to be sensible and support it. But the tag teams need the love. You want tag team wrestling? You got to cheer for it. They're going to book other things. Julius Creed is a legit shooter. I think him and his brother could do some special things on the main roster. 100% MDB. 100%. They're going to be around for a long time. They very much could be a tag team. We talk about, in a decade about, 10 title runs and going into the Hall of Fame, that kind of vibe with the Creeds. They have all the potential. One day they might break off. Like you said, Julius, an absolute blue chipper. And Brutus isn't bad, especially for a big boy. He can go. But Julius just feels like a little next level. His athleticism, his overall charisma, his energy, it all works. It all feels dialed in with Julius. So let's go. As right now we're having a McAfee minute. Standing on the table, hyping up Cole. For those who can't see it right now, if I'm there, I'm definitely going to merch table during the match. Speaking of going to the merch table.
Why did I come back on a McAfee minute?
I mean, perfect.
Yeah, well, apropos, I guess. But yeah, I've still got commercials, but you're not in the Vince McMahon, mindset of that, Julius and Brutus. I know foreign names to bring up, but he thought that Julius and Brutus were going to be like main event guys at WrestleMania in the next 2 years or so.
I think they do have main event, tag team main event status soon. I mean, maybe sooner than we think, but we'll see how they develop. But they definitely have a bright future.
Fair enough.
For those who can't see, Nick, I do have A-Town Down kind of having a "we're not getting along" interview with Kathy Kelly.
So that McAfee minute was more like 30 seconds.
So Waller's going to fight Sheamus next week.
Oh, fair. Literally, they halfway kind of cut from the end of that to a shot of a bridge.
Yeah, we got the bridge. Like the Hank and Tank to Raw. I think they're ready. But you can't pillage NXT too fast.
You just brought Fraxium up, so maybe let the tag team divisions, like you said, right there, you've got to kind of really keep everything almost a bit of a balance. Like, you can't pillage it too much, or otherwise you end up like New Japan right now, and it's just gutted to the gills.
Oh, wait, we're going back to that moment. I mean, a lot of fans out there were saying Logan Paul, Jey Uso, it's done. And down goes Uso. Down goes Uso.
I thought that they were going to do it at Backlash. I'm not exactly upset that they're saving it till Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
And now you've really front-loaded that event again. That feels, if you're going to only do a few special shows, you want to make this feel special. You've got John Cena, R-Truth. All right, so that's for the hardcore fans. And for the casual fans, you've got Jey Uso versus Logan Paul.
Yeah, 100%. I was just reading the stat of 16 million in 12 hours. Logan Paul popping Jey Uso last week. So it's crazy. I agree with you. Does this feel like a little bit of the compromise for the Logan Paul haters? Like we didn't give him a pay-per-view title shot. We're giving him a Saturday main event title shot instead. Is it a bit of a
compromise? Is he's getting a title shot? That's what the compromise is. It's not whether he gets a pay-per-view or a fucking house show title shot. The compromise is he gets a title shot, and that he's there because he instantly, no matter what, will make Jey Uso a babyface. You can't boo Jey Uso if he's taking on Logan Paul unless you're an asshole.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, again, I mean, he definitely sets that tone, and he's definitely locked into where he needs to be. But I mean, again, I mean, for the people who don't like him, it's not the match is too good or too big for a regular weekly show. So you want to put it on something. It might.
You had Seth versus Jay
You had
last
Seth
week.
and
You
Punk,
can't
right?
say
Fair enough.
that. You
Yeah,
can't say that.
you're fair. Fair. You're right. But it is pay-per-view worthy regardless.
But
And
I like that we're at a point in pro wrestling, especially with WWE, and I know stupid internet trolls of, well, if you only watch WWE, you don't watch pro wrestling. So what if you watch all the wrestling? So then what? Am I just mega mind out here? But yeah, of that. Christ now almighty, lazy Susan will come back to me.
right.
Fucking goddamn it.
Is it weird? This is twice I've been called that today. Funny
I
story.
want to go freaking Flavor Town, KJ Saucy White.
I've been called that twice today. What the fuck?
If you had a spike hairdo, you would be Guy Canadian Fairy.
Right, let's go. I'd love that job. This is awesome. As we got Jay Uso in the ring. I was thinking about KJ White. Thank you, guys.
There you go.
Thinking about myself. How vain are you, sir?
You're so vain. I bet you think this match is about you, don't you?
I like it. I like it. Jay still gets a promo segment. Yes, he does. Look at the crowd, man. I don't care what anyone says. That's his job. Do what you see in front of you right now. And nobody, again, if you got other guys in other companies making the crowd look like that, let me know.
Well, and people are already getting pre-mad about when he loses the belt.
Yeah,
we don't even know how he's losing it or who he's losing it.
I mean, that almost can't even be a thing for so many people that were against him winning it. Now we're going to swing the other way.
The hater rate of that. It's funny how you watch the haters pivot of like, no, I never defend that. Just over here.
Yeah. I mean, some people, I don't have the time nor the effort, but I know some people out there collecting receipts, waiting for shit to go the other way.
Jesus.
But Jay Uso has the crowd on their feet, the entire building eating it up.
And TJ saying, "Wow, that's our heavyweight champion." I'm sure you probably didn't mean that like to sound sarcastic, but if you did, of like, yeah, 100%, that absolutely is the guy who fits right now the mold to be your world heavyweight champion. And again, he could lose it. Like we talked, like I just mentioned, if you were saying about the Logan Paul matches in a weekly show, I mentioned we just had Seth versus Jay. We believe he could have lost a weekly episode of TV here because that's how good they're booking their weekly television. And now we're at a point to where the titles can move.
One more yeet. One more yeet.
You would think he'd use this time to catch his breath, but somehow he ends up more gassed than when he started.
Right. Media scrum is stupid. I would disagree with that, especially the way WWE does media scrums. I wish we'd kind of get rid of them overall. But I like the fact that they're doing them in kayfabe. Like what we've seen with John Cena has been good with the media scrums. I don't love when they come out and like, yeah, you know, we've been planning this match together for 3 months. I really hated when certain wrestlers started doing that shit. But
so you want it straight kayfabe, but you don't like the mold, the blend,
like 60% kayfabe. You know, you want to answer some things about, yeah, this was really important for me to have this match in front of my hometown or my daughter. You want to break fabe and get a little personal, that's great. But as far as what's happening within the confines of the building or in your angle, like John Cena's killing it right now with those media scrums. They're not overly long, which helps. And Triple H isn't just sitting in the middle of the table smiling with his eyes popping out of his head the whole time. So I'm okay with it, done right.
I don't mind the press conference concept. I like that WWE controls and holds court with it. Of they can respond to a question however they choose to. If that's when they want to go kayfabe with it, That's when they go kayfabe with it.
Right?
If
Exactly.
they want to go serious and have 20 minutes of Dwayne out there breaking down analytics, fine.
Yeah.
It's the other side that I feel just it gets a little too fast and loose, and no one knows who's really running anything at that point, and that's where it gets too off the rails.
Oh no! Look who's on the door. People were worried. We were worried it was going to be Goldberg, but maybe Gunther wants his belt back.
No, he's again saying that man's name is like saying fucking Beetlejuice or fucking Candyman into the mirror. Don't say it 3 times or he'll fucking show up. We've said it once already, so we can't say it 2 more times.
Yeah. All right, Ronan with all the fantasy booking, but the New Day, Lucha Bros, Street Profits, Elimination Chamber, MCMG in there as well. Drillers of Destiny. I'm looking forward to them being healthy and wrestling more. If they could get their hands on the Gates of Agony as well, I'd be very happy. That's a tag team that deserves some love.
Let them get the righteous before we worry about the Gates of Agony.
Yeah. Right. Phil saying we need the belts on the Creeds. Let them build up. Oh, man. I mean, again, they're a strong young team, but maybe too soon. You tapped out.
To me, it's not even, it's more of just the division's so weak that everything feels like almost the wrong move.
It's just not generating any type of, I mean, again, I think SmackDown's doing okay. NXT's been fun. I mean, Hank and Tank's a good time. Yoshi's been fun, but now Yoshi's off and gone back home. But I think ultimately, you're right. Like tonight, it was a really good tag match. It wasn't bad at all, but just nobody really felt super into it.
It was just a lot of moving pieces. That's about it. Like what theoretically feels like was accomplished out of that match.
No, not a lot. Not a lot. And again, that's where it kind of feels like, right? You kind of you build up the hatred for the New Day a bit because they get involved. The Vikings get screwed. How do we circle back? They're trying. It's just we're not there yet.
They're still better than I mentioned it while you were on a pause about how they killed off a whole other tag division. But we've got Jay and Gunther, and it'll be really interesting if this is the way that they just run this right back. Then Jay's definitely losing.
You think so?
They run this back. He's not losing twice to Jey Uso.
Will it count as a match?
It will because it's 2 wrestlers. Matter of fact, one's a current world champion. Even more validation.
Right. I literally, I kind of side with you out the gate here because like Jay's such an underdog if they run it back. Which, I mean, doesn't mean he can't win. But what an underdog if they run it back.
Well, he was just the underdog. And you just beat the odds. Like, all right, my guy. All right, Rock. You beat Apollo. Right? And then it was how many years before you fought in B.A. Baracus and all that shit? Right. Before you fought Ivan Drago?
Right.
Like, we didn't run this back 2 months later. If we're running this back 2 months later, if he dies, he dies.
Well, again, that's what I mean. Like, I mean, it makes it almost feel insurmountable. Like, oh, man, you pulled it off one time. Like, you're the Mighty Ducks. Congrats. But at the end of the day, Gunther looking for that title. I mean, an overwhelming favorite. Doesn't mean he does it, but I mean, he's got to. I mean, that's a battle.
Instead of yeet, it's going to be quack, 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 quack.
Yeah, Guardian, they're definitely bringing back the American Gladiators, and Miz is going to host it.
Yeah, but yeah, if Gunther's going right back in the world title, as cool as Jay is, as much yeet shit as he sells, right. How do you have Gunther lose twice in a row?
Well, you start asking the question: will he keep getting the yeets without the belt? And if the answer is yes, maybe you're comfortable moving it away from him.
But then what's the follow-up?
I don't know.
It can't be the world title. You already been there. You already climbed Everest.
But that's it. Do they do like a, Gunther gets the next one and then there's a rubber match?
I don't know. This is insane though. What Jay are fired up of. I will just play like Jay is fucking great. For everyone that hates on Jay Uso, you hate on Jay Uso because of what you think Jay Uso is, not what he actually is.
I agree. Jay is killing it. He just murdered that.
He very much validates the whole moniker that he had before of main event Jay Uso.
Right. And
actually, that's a very valid point that Cole just brought up. Of we're clearly setting up for Logan.
Do you know what happens here, though? Does Gunther meddle with said Logan Paul match, and the meddling leads to fucking Goldberg?
Why the fuck? How the fuck did you pull that into there? That's like, all right. So I've got a tomato, some broccoli, and some napalm. Like, how the fuck did Goldberg get into there?
Well, I'm just thinking everybody keeps talking about Goldberg Gunther.
Twitter keeps saying about that. Right? He's the boogeyman. We've said his name twice, 3 times now. I think I see him, and he won't show up.
Okay, but I think I see a path to in which they could be correct.
I don't want that path. I don't want to walk. I want to
wait for our wrestling to be over.
No, why would you want that? The only person who wants that is William H. Goldberg.
Yeah, I mean, again, we've talked about it at length, but I wonder if they feel like there's enough of a nostalgic group out there that are going to get giddy. I know we're a little jaded, but are there enough fans out there that are like, holy shit, Goldberg's wrestling?
No, because those fans don't have Twitter accounts. Are you popping for EO?
EO gives us a little vignette or a little pre-tape. Again, they're building up these women. They're hyping them up. We saw the other 2 girls get a bit of a video package. Rhea might get one. I like this. I like this tonight. Let's go.
Well, at this point, it very much feels like some people said it earlier of that it was going to be the main event. It feels like they're very much building it up to be the main event.
Right. We're still looking for Goldberg. So yeah, that's the only reason I say it. Like, oh, we're talking about Sabu right now on the WWE. Michael Cole.
That's such a thing of like the times though. If there's a Hatchet Man poster behind Sabu throwing a fucking chair at somebody.
Dude, I got a friend who's got a Hatchet Man on each shoulder. It's so funny. I thought it the minute I saw the sign, like,
what is a juggalo?
Right? What a time capsule.
Yeah, but that's the thing is he was, for a lot of people, that's what either brought you back to wrestling, was part of your introductory to wrestling, was the tape trade kind of stalwart with all of that. Yeah, like he was the first wrestler to have a myth about him.
Yeah, and I mean, again, when you kind of like in those, especially, I mean, depending on where you lived and the time, trying to get your hands on some of it was hard. And so when you're getting a lot of like, I'm watching the Royal Rumble, I'm watching Survivor Series, and they got the gobbledygooker, and then a few years goes by, and that's kind of how my brain's developing. And then you stumble on something like this, and guys like Sabu, and it just kind of, right, here we go.
Oh yeah, when you're going from, like you said, of all right, here comes Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and then you're watching, Scrambly channel number 99 on the cable box, and you all of a sudden you see Sabu hitting a springboard fucking moonsault onto a chair, what have you, and everything. It just looks insane. Like this was a guy that innovated offense to a different level. And also, you believed fully the character through and through. Like, whether he was on screen, off screen, in the ring, out of the ring, you felt that this man was literally a fucking maniac.
Yep. Oh, you believed it. He lived the gimmick. He was one of those guys back then. And, he's in that class of, like New Jack. The guys, they weren't, getting to the arena and going, all right, I got to turn it on. No, that was them. Always. Always. I don't even think they needed to turn up to 11. They were like that. They were just that kind of person, and they lived that, on that edge. And my God, I mean, go back and watch the library. It's so insane, the shit they went through.
And again, to think about that, how crazy Sabu was, and he was in WWE at one point. Like John Cena has on his record book, on his ledger, a match versus Sabu.
Right?
Let that sink into everybody right now.
Right? It's crazy, right? And like the perfect kind of antithesis to go up against the Cena is a Sabu.
Literally, the man who fell off the Raw stage when he was trying to die on the old Monday Night Raw set.
Right. Oh, the Vikings want to kill the New Day.
So do we. I'm in commercial break, but yeah.
So right now I have, the New Day, Pierce, and the Vikings in Pierce's office, and the New Day are making fun of the Vikings pretty good.
Fair enough.
Mocking them, if you will. Mocking. Are you
mocking? Air bird? Yeah.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp. That's you and me when you were dying on hills. You can't triple stamp a double stamp. The whole chat's like, what are they doing? La la la.
You can't double
dip. Most of Saturday's greatest matches. Saturday's greatest matches.
I was trying to say Sabu's.
Yeah. Sabu Sandman went nuts. Again, I mean, you look at Sabu's lineage. I mean, a whole crew of just crazy men.
Well, that's what he was all around with and everything. I still always associate Sabu with RVD, with his whole feud with Taz. Even when they were doing the tag matches, like I said, Sabu was a little bit of my bridge into Japanese wrestling with Hayabusa and all of that, of when they went into FMW, which is where Terry Funk was, and Cactus Jack. So yeah, he was a legend in pro wrestling, not just he's some really cool guy that was in ECW.
What is this? Sorry, Nick.
Ludwig.
Oh, Braun took out Jay as Ludwig's interview gets cut off. What about Ludwig with Paul Heyman?
Nah, why break him away from Gunther?
He never hangs out with Gunther anymore.
I wish you.
Where are you?
You and I'm so sorry.
Shane Helms helping Jay. Sammy helping Jay.
Anyone find it funny that Shane Helms is wearing a green fucking button up right now?
Live the gimmick, bro. Live the gimmick.
Yeah, but why was Braun's shirt unbuttoned there? Like, have you ever speared someone so hard your shirt unbuttoned?
I mean, I haven't, but I think it could be done.
If it was so tight, yes, yeah. But
right.
This is what makes the whole Jey Uso thing super interesting, because think about it. We've still got Logan Paul waiting in the wings, we've got Gunther waiting in the wings, and we've got now Seth waiting in the wings. Yes, what are we?
I felt that was a bit of a change up on Finn's entrance there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the vitamins got me blocking out what it used.
You could be right. You could be wrong. I saw people that, what was it when they changed up Penta's entrance, and we were both like, huh? I didn't notice.
Yeah. I didn't even notice that, but then I got a chuckle last week. Dynamite, doesn't often do like a little opening package. We finally get a new one, and it's Sum 41. Let's go.
Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep
Fucking hell.
Was that actually the song they used?
No, it's
fair enough. I was like, I couldn't remember, so it's like,
yeah, no, it's not one of their it's not one of their core tunes. Deja vu, Paul Heyman. All right, folks, I will put this in the chat. Finn Balor getting into the ring, ready to take on AJ Styles. I mean, Bullet Club, let's go.
This is a match that should cook. This is a match that could be, should be, damn near would be for a world title shot. Yeah. If I had the pencil, if I had the pen, this could build towards a world title shot for either man.
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, there's possibilities. As Pat's giving Carlito and JD a hard time because Dom's not here.
You just got your ass whooped by Gunther. Maybe you shut the fuck up for a little bit.
Some 41 new song. It's weird, yeah, because Avril and Simple Plan just came out with another. Like, what is happening in 2025?
Is she just jumping from fucking pop punk band to pop punk band?
You leave that sweet Canadian girl alone.
Right. I will once she's bowling for soup, my guy.
Right. Oh shit. Bowling for soup. Shout out to the first internet reference to bowling for soup since 2020, maybe.
Oh no. They're listened to in my household, but yeah. As well, I shout out Small Mark if he's listening or watching the replay, what have you, or whatever. But in the Discord, if he's thrown out there of if you had to go lineage for lineage, career versus career, where the chess pieces have fallen, AJ Styles or Finn Balor, who's one over the other?
I'm leaning AJ Styles. I think AJ Styles kind of always held that elite status.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I don't know the stats off the top of my head. I know they're not that far off of each other, though.
Right.
I just think overall, I think there was more ebb and flow to Finn's career. And Finn went through kind of those late day Vince McMahon bookings where he was getting no love. And we thought he was going to leave. And then we had like the mysterious rope snap incident that made him look stupid. And the trout out of the fucking in the boat routine.
But even way before we got that, I think the buckle bomb that took Finn out of being Universal Champion was the biggest roadblock. Like that fucking sent him into a whole different stratosphere. Like he was projected to be on par with the AJ, on par with the Seth.
Yeah. First ever Universal Champion, as the crowd does chant AJ Styles to kick this one off, folks, and get those votes in. But no, I mean, I just think AJ was able to kind of maintain, one of those guys. Like when AJ showed up, the
AJ
fight
has consistency.
Yeah, I think so. Ultimately, and it feels like he peaked higher. And he came in with that great name, not that easy now.
I mean, should he been of Prince Devitt Fergal? Should have that been what Finn's name was? But I think you actually said it best of AJ peaked higher. AJ's always kind of felt like the bigger guy, like Finn, respectfully through injuries, presentation, what have you. Internet wrestling, like hardcore wrestling fans might like Finn more, but casual fans will always have AJ.
Well, I think the fair argument is, I think because of them both having a pretty good impact on New Japan Wrestling and the Bullet Club runs. But I think the X factor, I think AJ has the age, therefore he has that gigantic, like he's one of the heart and soul guys at TNA. So that he's got that little edge in his book.
I will say this. I specifically got super excited and took time out of my way and everything and have a whole self party and everything for WrestleMania 34 for the idea of Shinsuke versus AJ.
Right.
Meanwhile, on that same card was Finn versus Seth versus what was it, Miz or somebody for the IC belt.
It might have been the Miz, yeah.
Like AJ's always had a bit of that extra little caveat to him. I don't know if he's the veteran. Like AJ's a guy that gets compared to HBK.
Right, for sure. 75% of the chat taking AJ, Finn getting 11. Nobody taking 14% on this one. So more people think it's going to be a Dusty finish than they do a Finn finish.
Finn.
Finn has deserved better from far better from what he's got in WWE. Any injury derailed him, should have been right back into the world title scene. Ball dropped. Yeah, his stock dropped though. I mean, it was weird. There was a long stretch there where Finn just didn't matter. And yeah, maybe that is on the booking.
That's a general ass statement though to say of, even if we're gonna treat this as a sport. If you go out with an injury, it sucks you got an injury, but if second line fills in and fills the spot to where you should have been in the first line, and what have you, and it does it, and then you got to fight for your spot back. It sucks.
Yeah.
Trust me. No one's like, we all feel bad about it, but sometimes that shit happens.
Right. Could you see Finn having a world title run? I could, 100%. He's got a lot of career left.
And he's still got enough talent, enough personality, and he's still towards the top of the card enough that it's not super outrageous to pole vault him into a world title shot.
Right. As right now, we are a minute away from coming out of commercial break for some of you guys. Finn Balor with a huge drop kick to the face of AJ Styles.
Boston, AJ, he was saying AJ isn't really a casual name, Nick, either. He wasn't a regular name until he was in WWE. Bull fucking shit, because most people knew about AJ Styles before they knew about TNA. Keep it a buck.
I will say at the time when he came through, there was a substantial pop for him coming in. I don't,
people got mad because they were focused on Roman's face during his whole entrance.
We got mad that he didn't win, that we had to watch Roman win. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think he came in with a little more name value than most have, in some cases.
Well, just AJ was synonymous with a brand at that point, like a whole company. Like, he was the Sting. How Sting was at times a bit with WCW is what AJ was with TNA.
100%. And I mean, again, that's such a part of his legacy, right? Like, and I do think at some point with this relationship, let AJ go fight somebody at Slammiversary, even if it is a Joe Hendry. Like, hey, go fight him. Like, I don't care. Yeah,
AJ's last run is with the TNA title.
That'd be cool. One last run
on a lonely, lonesome highway east of Omaha.
Right.
As, by the way, we do have AJ Styles in control right now with the snap suplex on the Finn.
Put AJ into the TNA Hall of Fame. That's funny. People are so mad, but AJ said he's not ready yet. And I don't love people that are still active going in. It's a pet peeve.
I think it's up to them. I think it's
a pet peeve. You go in the Hall of Fame when you're retired. Get out of here.
Flowers while they can still sniff them, my guy.
Fair enough. What happened with Beer Money? They kind of fell apart, and then one works for the dub, one is out there still.
James Storm is a guy I wish for the life of me ever got a run in WWE. Remember, he had an NXT for a day, and then Rude took over.
Right? You don't remember his NXT run?
Yeah, all of a day.
Fuck this place. They're all children.
No, he's always one of those guys that I always loved in TNA.
Yeah,
he's a guy I wish got more of a shine.
Yeah,
and not moonshine, although he might like that.
Yeah, he was kind of like the Bradshaw. Like, he broke out of Beer Money and just kind of found a real good groove. And
he was Hangman before Hangman. He actually did the fucking cowboy gimmick cool. He melded Austin and a cowboy gimmick a lot better than goddamn Hangman did.
Well, and we believed it. We still do.
Exactly.
Skydiving. Rocky Mountain climbing. Where we going?
Because I'm free falling. As Finn's right now in control.
AJ versus Moose. I'm in for a lot of the options.
We've thought about it for a while. If AJ gets a little bit of a run of, if he's in the Twilight, if he's in the back nine, I really would like to see AJ have a bit of his back nine in TNA. If he's not going to be in the main event scene right now in WWE, so have him highlight in the brand, essentially the company he built.
Sorry, I got completely distracted by this comment.
Fair enough.
I agree.
Gloria sucks. All right, I'll mute myself. You can have 10 minutes to tear this person.
Kidding me? Gloria sucked, Anthony. That's not cool, man. Completely wrong. I almost should ban you for that kind of take. Of course, we would never do that. But my God, are you kidding me? I still think we deserve one more. Come on, Gloria sucked. You don't like Glorious. I'm upset. There's got to be a reason because that's some solid shit. Rush is goat. I think Nick likes. Where's James Storm? He still works some indies and such. He's out there somewhere.
NWA last night. Well, he's like halfway retired. I know he's kind of done some acting
in
stuff.
And out. He was at OVW. He did some spots in there.
Small package from Finn on the AJ 2 count.
Oh. Styles falls through kick.
Highway kick. Anyone fact checkers out there, remind me of what the pay-per-view it was to where it was AJ versus Finn and they both kind of had to step in for somebody else. Because I feel like it was like a Survivor Series or something. But yeah, this is a match I feel like we could have, should have, would have gotten a lot more in WWE. And I'm at least glad we're getting it now. But this is two kind of figureheads of their own divisions, two former Bullet Club leaders, all of that. Like this feels like this fun little dream match that we've only gotten dabbles of.
Right.
AJ is helping Dom. Michael Cole versus Dominic. What the fuck?
Oh, big chop. I don't want to see that. It won't count as a match.
Exactly.
Right. Glorious was memorable. WWE screwed it up. How did the WWE screw it up? By not booking the guy? That did screw it up.
Well, I mean, sometimes if physical limitations get involved, that might be a bit of the issue. I still would always love. I'm still waiting for you, me, and Anthony going to like an event together at one point for the first time, and we're all just stuck in traffic. Glorious,
right?
No, I will give it. I will give it
100%.
But that's the thing is, I think that situation was more limited due to physical limitations. Sometimes things fall a certain way vibe.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I think it's all fun and games. But Glorious is glorious. So just leave it at that. And we deserve one more Glorious. I'm upset. We deserve one more because he spent a lot of time with like the Dirty Dogs or whatever him and fucking Nemeth were being for a while there. So I want some more Glorious in my life. Oh my God.
What?
Styles pancakes, Finn Balor.
I literally have like house show advertisements.
We got 20 seconds for you. I'm so
Could you imagine the Dirty Dogs with Jericho?
Oh no.
Oh no.
He'll try and do it, bro. Don't say things like that out loud.
But when I say that, it's okay. You can just keep repeating it, motherfucker.
One of the best things about Dynamite the last couple of weeks, it's been nice that there's no Jericho. The segments are going to other people. It helps.
Other people exist on the show.
Right? Jericho might actually be the wrestling MVP in the first half of 2025 by going away.
We'll have to add that to the Golden KJs, the midlife. He's there of who gets the Golden Ghost Award of you went the fuck away.
Right, I like it. I'm so sad about Sabu. I was supposed to meet him for lunch in Vegas. I am glad to call him a friend. Scott, I mean, T's and P's. And super sad. And I know you were, close. So T's and P's.
Well, even then, it's still with Sabu. That's the guy he was the outlaw before the common muttering of outlaws and everything. Like he was the guy that respectfully, for every 2 shows he would show up at, he'd 10 no shows. So
when he did show,
when he did show, he would be slightly on it.
But Finn firing up, but AJ responds with a big forearm. Again, the not really doing a whole help here.
Finn goes for a Pele, but AJ catches it. Calf crusher. Did you see Randy? It's the same Prime bottle that they had over there, but Randy took a sip of it. He's like, horrible. Just chucked it aside.
Right? Yeah. Fun fact, AJ Styles' music was supposed to be James Storm's entrance music. That's yeah, I've heard that tale. That's cool though. You see it? Spaz, thank you for the $2. All Inverse Evolution. I can't believe AW exists. I mean, again, I'm all for the competition, but I think we want AEW to exist, my buddy.
Everything does, like, if you don't have a counterpart to what you're doing, you don't. What is your motivation to fucking keep progressing? To, like, what is your coal that sleeps the fire type of shit? That's the thing. If you got to have a 1A to a 1B type shit to keep the motor running.
Absolutely. That's Finn firing up. He's in the corner. Taking aim. Styles, big clothesline.
Interesting. AJ feels like he's halfway on that Swolverine sling blade.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't look like quite the Randy Orton, premium and enhancement package that he was on before. He might have slimmed down a little, but yeah.
He's still looking thick. He's still looking a little.
Oh, he's bigger than a Snickers, but he was hunkier than a brick of chocolate there before.
Right, it's Finn going up, coup de grace, misses. Anders
really would fuck your ankles up though.
Right? Oh, working him down, going back into that calf crusher.
Well, that would make sense if I just stomped the shit out of my own feet, jumping off the top rope into nothing, into just a hard mat.
Yeah,
my legs would probably just go splash.
Down he goes.
Ospreay, eat your heart out. 1, 2 count.
That was filthy. Anders, how you doing? Check out our local boys at Phoenix Championship Wrestling. Folks, if you're in the neighborhood, go check out Anders and the crew. Let's go. Kat, how are you? Who do you think the mystery for Tony Storm this Wednesday? Mina.
Yeah, fuck.
Why did they put her in Ring of Honor at all? She's over as fuck.
Why am I seeing stories that Mina Shirakawa was about to get a push in AW? No fucking shit, Sherlock.
Because they parked her in Ring of Honor for a second.
Yeah, but now it's still one of those of like, duh. Thank you for telling me what I already know.
Right? JD with the hair pull. Carlito distracting the ref. Oh, forearm to Finn, though. Let's go.
About to hit the phenomenal forearm. Oh, Finn catches him. 1916.
18.
Well, fuck you. 2 count. We're literally, if we're going to be at that point of literally, I got 100 years off, I'm going to fight you.
Uh-oh. Penta.
Cena. Mano.
Big backbreaker.
So everyone going to be, hey, Mexican Destroyer. Everyone going to be mad when we have this 6-man tag match?
Yeah, I feel like it's coming soon. Oh, phenomenal forearm.
Phenomenal forearm. Trois.
Oh, Penta laughing as he helps AJ get the W. Decent match. I think he meant sexist, not exist. Oh, Jose, that does help.
Either way.
I don't want to cross anywhere near the Judgment Day. Not necessarily Boston. It wouldn't be my first choice.
No, I think we're seeing the crumblings of the Judgment Day, and then you get Cross and the Righteous, and
right,
they're a little closer to catching fires.
Little closer, for sure.
Yeah.
CM Punk Bloodsport match might not be a bad shout. Try and
listen. We've seen 2 or 3 examples to where they've done that before.
Might be a chance
with just the stand-up rules on, and they didn't go well.
This might be a way to redeem himself a little in a couple.
No, if I've gotten my ass kicked twice, I don't need to try a 3rd time.
Right? I mean, him versus Timothy Thatcher could go either way.
No, No, no. Him versus fucking Maury Povich for all I give a fuck. No.
Either way. I thought it was funny too. Keep feud going. It looks like Penta and AJ and Judgment Day got issues.
Yeah, well, of course.
Right. AJ versus Penta. That'd be interesting, but they seem to be working together at the moment.
Like I said, I can't wait till the tag match, the 6-man tag match, what have you.
Yeah, the babyface are going to need a friend. Maybe it's Phoenix. Maybe it's someone else. Dragon Lee.
Well, that'll call another draft as we're getting the replay from Backlash of Becky after she locked in the disarmer for Harmer. After she sat there and took the roll-up loss to Lyra.
Right, 100%. But yeah, she is coming out. She will be next on the list of segments on the docket tonight. Don't forget, folks, we are back tomorrow as we head into another commercial. But we got NXT. It's going to be a fun one. And yeah, I figure we don't have a whole lot left in this one. But we got lots more coming your way. Still have the main event, all the ladies. Nick, NXT, Joe Hendry, Trick Williams signed the contract tomorrow. Right?
Is Trick Williams the first person from WWE to hold the TNA title? Does the internet burn? Does Twitter go asunder?
I just don't think Joe should lose the title unless the payoff is him getting it back in a Slammiversary or something. Like they build to Joe ultimately getting the belt back in a big moment.
Oh, absolutely. This is where we're setting the battle lines drawn here. We've got literally Under Siege and Battleground. We joked about this before. Oh, K9, you sunk my battleship.
Right.
And all that. Yeah, no, you can have this here. And then when you get to your Bound for Glory, your Slammiversaries, when you get to your shows of shows, that's when you can now, we've got the WWE name attached to it. Mm-hmm. It's now just been interesting of who crosses the line first. Does a TNA athlete hold an NXT title first? Does a WWE talent hold a TNA title first? Right. Who does it first? All of that. If it's Trick Williams and he holds the NXT title, if both TNA and NXT world titles are on NXT, a certain fan base of Twitter is going to have a meltdown.
Well, it's going to be very interesting. So, I mean, again, where does it go? But I'm all for the chaos. And I know people are really going to it's a bold strategy, but I'll leave you hanging with that. I will be right back.
Fair enough. Bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see how it plays out for him. But I think it works. Again, everybody that sat there and said that Joe Hendry was getting buried when he showed up on WrestleMania and everything. He's still, last I saw, if not third in top 5 of WWE shop merch sales right now. For crying out loud, Karrion Kross is at the point of I can't even buy a shirt that I thought might fit a little bit snugger on me and everything like that. And I did say snugger, a little tighter on me versus getting a 2XL, getting an XL for Karrion Kross shirt because they're not available anymore at this point. This man's selling through shirts like wildfire out here. I'm waiting to see where that man gets involved more than anything. Of Karrion Kross, to me, we're getting close to Money in the Bank. He's got a groundswell of attention around him. That's who I'm starting to invest in right now. If I'm watching WWE, if I'm treating pro wrestling as like stocks, what have you, of who I'm investing right now, who's on an upward trend right now in pro wrestling, it's Karrion Kross. Because literally, I was out there trying to buy this man's merch, and I guess I'm too husky for the Harris, but literally my sizes weren't available because I guess everybody of our stature is trying to buy it. But yeah, as I got Becky in the ring right now here, as I do also, by the way, Speaking of merch, we do also have the Wrestling for Life merch absolutely out there. 100% be a friend, tell a friend. We're growing by the minute. We got anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling popping. We got Facebook, we got Twitter, we got our Instagram, we got a merch store, we got bucket hats, we got mugs, we got sweaters, we got gizmos, we got gadgets, we got bibbles, we got bobbles. We got anything out there for you when it comes to pro wrestling. So spread the good gospel of wrestling out there, especially on this holiest of seasons out there. You know what they say of April showers bring May marks, I guess. I don't know. Shout out to Kayla as Becky instantly going out like a rock. Like, for everybody that wants to say all of this bullshit about Becky Hogan and everything, tell me where Becky isn't good. Honestly, we can say this about Charlotte. I know Anthony's out there of, well, keep the same energy for Charlotte. Where is Becky bad in any of this right now? She's good on the mic, she's good on the ring, she is honestly probably the best on the mic in the fucking division, if not, well, as far as women goes. But like, where is the fault? Where is the issue outside of she's been here before already? Like, I'm sorry she's that fucking good. Becky is annoying. How though? Like, explain to me how. Give me any sort of reasoning besides just she's annoying. Like, is it because she's right? Because she's talented on the mic. She's talented in the ring. She 100%. Like, think about it. She lost to Lyra at 100%, which is great for Lyra. But Becky's still out here owning the moment, owning this whole segment. Anthony, she's Irish. Just don't like that she's Irish. Well, I got Irish in me, so I'll dig it. Becky's the best in WWE. There is an interesting question to be had between her, Bianca, and Rhea of who is the best total package, who is the talent you would run with right now in WWE. But the whole Becky Hogan argument to me of like, Becky is really like, I know I've especially been the staunchest one. Anthony, I never said Becky was bad. I said keep the same energy for her being thrust into the title spot when returning. Fair enough. All right. I will give credit to Anthony of what he said, but I will say that I think Becky is still out of the 4 horsewomen that we have right now. She is head, shoulders, knees, and toes above them. And I think that's why I love an idea of a Bayley versus her feud. We've already seen the Charlotte versus Becky feud, and it was a conflict of egos. But yeah, I don't buy into the Becky Hogan thing. I think that she took the fucking loss, and yes, she's got her whole segment on here, but she's fucking good. Like, I don't get why we're mad at someone being talented. Tell me who I am, and she's fucking tearing into these goddamn people. I'm not taking Becky seriously as a heel. Damien, how? Why? She's been a heel for the last good section of her fucking career. How are you not taking her seriously as a heel? Is Charlotte only there because her last name is Flair? We ain't arguing Charlotte, but you can have that. But I'm saying with Becky, if Becky's fucking talented, she's eating this segment alive. I'm cutthroat. Yeah, she's out there even owning up to everything. I'm cutthroat. I'm looking out for me because, goddamn it, I am the man. Becky is head, shoulders, knees, and toes above, respectfully, as much as I love Bayley, of Charlotte, of even Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné. Why? Nate, how come you didn't answer my question earlier about are you willing to trust Ethan Hunt one last time if he plays with the Yankees? Christian, because I didn't see it. Fair enough. You can have that. But yeah, I don't know. Why? Sasha Banks literally looks like the squirrel meme Chichachua. Fair enough. I mean, I guess you do you, but I got Rusev backstage. Is he going to redeem the Alpha Academy here? He's got, he just had everything with Otis last week here. Nick, I was making a reference to the 3 horsewomen. Fair enough. Well, four. There you go. Well, you do you. I apologize. I missed it, I guess. Mr. Quake, what up? But yes, I've got Miro right now after we got everything from Becky's promo segment that I guess went all the way from what to we hate her. She's still Becky Hogan. I think she put herself really over with all of that. I think she's head, shoulders again, and knees and toes above the rest of at least the 4 horsewomen, if not getting to parts of the division. But yeah. Hi.
Speaking of head and shoulders, knees and toes.
There you go.
Well, Nick, I got the Redeemer on the screen. I hear a heated debate about Becky being garbage.
Becky, well, you were thrown out to Watts and everything, so I wasn't sure how you think about it.
The crowd was
what? They were whatting her?
She got whatted.
Ah.
So
now whatted her.
Right? She got whatted. As we are in the back, Tozawa wants to fight the Redeemer. Maddie's on TV, unbenched. Hashtag unbenched.
No, I don't know. She's looking like she's a cheerleader on the bench. Tell me more. Tell me more.
She looks like a tennis mom.
Yeah, literally. Can I volley for serve up that skirt? What?
Yo, Sheamus and the Redeemer running back some old
Sheamus, what in the paddy wagon bullshit are you wearing, my guy?
Peaky Binders, let's go.
No, fucking Sheamus O'Houlihan is his fucking name right now. But so, how do you feel as I've got Peaky Blinders Sheamus right now of 8-ball corner pocket of Becky out there? She lost the match at Backlash, but was very much the silver tongue slithering out there.
That's how a heel keeps her heat, and that's how a heel keeps herself. Like, people talk about the wins and losses, and I know people get really hyper focused on them. Oh, Becky lost. She's like, her run's over. Which like might as well retire. But she comes out, cuts a promo. People hate her. She'll do something else devious next week or the week after, and we'll keep going on some type of run here.
Well, we thought for the longest time of if she didn't win at Backlash, it's going to her versus Bayley. Of that, where it feels like that's going to be that kind of personal beef and everything. And even during her whole promo, she kind of went at the whole.
Next Monday, Money in the Bank qualifiers begin. Penta against
Judgment Day versus AJ and Penta next week as well.
Let's go. Money in the Bank qualifiers starting next week, folks. Sheamus.
They literally, this man is walking out with a bruised chest.
Right? Waller's in trouble.
I like the motion graphics, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker.
Oh, next Monday's stacking up, bro.
This is where I shared it on Instagram. Maybe it might change once we get to June and we get to June 6th. But is Monday Night Raw Molly Whopping Friday Night SmackDown right now?
Yes.
No hesitation. Just yes.
Short answer, yes. And I mean, there is good things that are happening on SmackDown. As right now, we do have Julia, the beautiful madness. Great entrance. Right.
There's good things happening, but they're few and far between. It's a lot more spread out when you've got 3 hours to fit shit in instead of a lot of cool shit in 2 hours. Did you go to 2 hours? No, it'd be a whole lot cooler if you did.
Again, counting the days if the reports are true. Counting the days until we get to that moment of going back to the 2 hours. The 3 hours, just even on a good show, feels long. You're like, could have went home before this.
We just saw a 3-hour pay-per-view for Backlash. So why the fuck am I excited for a 3-hour weekly SmackDown?
That's a fair argument.
It literally, if your B show pay-per-view is as long as your top 2 weekly show, what are we doing?
Yeah, and I mean, again, I'm not overly concerned in the sense of I feel like WWE does this at times where we went a long stretch where SmackDown was the it show. Roman was there, Punk was showing up there. It was the it show. Netflix kind of changed the landscape, changed the vibe, changed the feel a little bit. So I think there's ebbs and flows to this. I think we'll kind of reposition things, hopefully with a draft. But SmackDown will have its run where it's the better of the 2 shows.
Well, I agreed with you up until the very last thing you said. I think very much Netflix has changed the whole landscape of all of this. And I think they've been clearly we want these people here. I think the 3 hours to the 2 hours was an issue. Like the whole scrambling of the TV deals, once the dust finally settles with all of that, hopefully we can get where everything lays. Yeah. I still think, though, for right now, because of Netflix, Raw is going to run it for a bit.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with that. But again, I do think it kind of seesaws. And the good news is the NXT's been consistent in the middle, kind of that little pivot point for the other 2.
Yeah, well, they've seen and they've saw it, and I guess I'm going to pivot here for a minute.
Right. As folks, we're about 90 seconds away from the return to action. I got Roxanne Perez making her entrance. Julia in the ring. Your main event is upon us. As get in that chat. Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind. And make sure you let us know who you think is going to win this one. Who goes home at the end of the night with their arms raised? We will find out. Fierce Street is back. Yay. Io and Rhea for the win. Yeet. Fierce Street 4. Let's go. The Beautiful Madness. Let's go. I don't want to call this one. It's a tough one. Got Io and Rhea for the win. Okay. Nice shout. I'm wondering if Io and Rhea have issues. Maybe that works towards Saturday Night Main Event or Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank's coming soon, folks. There's not a lot of gap between Saturday Night Main Event and Money in the Bank. So stay tuned. They're going to be working quickly on this. Julia and Roxanne Perez for the win. Let's go. I feel like the quality of the product has gone down since Netflix stuff started. Booking was better, in my opinion, before this. That's fair. I mean, I don't agree, but that's fair. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky for the win. Let's go. Christian, here's a message for you. And for the Toronto Maple Leafs, your mission should be should you choose to accept it. And the mission is this: eliminate the Florida Panthers. We're trying. They're a pain in the ass. They were the better team last night for sure in my books, but 7 games. You knew the champs weren't going to just roll over and play dead. Evolve is cooking up to Mr. Quake. And I mean, we ask this a lot. How many people out there are watching Evolve? How are they feeling about Evolve? Are we liking it? Is it worth a watch? Nick's 40 seconds away from taking game 4. 3-1 lead. But here comes Io Sky. Rhea Ripley in the house as well. Remember when, in a not so distant history, Raw was 3 hours, a long time, and we were holding our 100%, exactly that, John C. We remember those horrible 3-hour Raws, especially when they were like purposely sandbagging to the 3rd hour. Raw was a literal drag every Monday for quite a while. Now SmackDown 3 hours kind of got the same feel. And as much as I like the booking of some of the stuff, it's just too long. And it feels too stretched out and not enough content to fill it appropriately. So ultimately, I want it to go back to 2 hours. I like the Raw being at like 2.5-ish and kind of flexing. Some 225, some 235. But your world champ in the ring, folks. Get your votes in. EO and Ripley, 61%. Julia Rocks, 36. We'll see if that changes. Ripley, EO's guy for the win. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I got to catch up on Evolve for sure. And Rhea Ripley gets the last entrance. Who earns? Oh, Rhea Hogan. EO versus Rhea. Ripsky for the win. Bradley, it's fun. KJ does these women's feud. Feel like Millionaire Club versus New Blood WCW. Not fully for me at this point. It feels a lot more fragmented than that. So, yeah, I kind of see what you're saying. WCW, Becky and Lyra, not sure the WCW tie-in, but very interesting for sure. Michael, I'll take Julia on the rocks. Well played, sir. Well played. What's your record for who wins if they enter first? We'll have to ask him when he comes back. Nick's up 20 seconds. Let's go. Calling it now. Asuka and Kari, let's go. Let's end it with that, Spaz. I'm with you. Let's have a big end of the night. Tubi. Tubi is a nightmare. Mr. Quake, for anybody out there fucking with Tubi is a nightmare. Once it gets you in on something, it just keeps playing. It doesn't stop. It doesn't ask you like, hey, are you still watching? They don't give a fuck. They just keep playing shit. You wake up 2 days later, it's still playing movies. They don't care. The other day I watched what I watched. I don't know. I watched something with a wrestler in it. All day long, they just fed me No Holds Barred, fucking Stone Cold shitty C movies, Triple H being a nanny. I don't know what that one was called. But yeah, I mean, Tubi is a fucking, and they give you 18 seconds. You have 18 seconds to pick the next movie. They just start playing shit. You're not leaving. Ever since Netflix started, it's been nonstop ads and commercials and ads. And the show, we went from 6 to 4 matches and 2.5 hours. Fair enough. I don't feel the commercial pressure or the commercial annoyance, Paul. Internationally, we're not getting the commercials. So for me, I like it. It keeps going. We get bonus segments with Karrion Kross. Tonight it was A-Town Down. The New Day, Chad Gable came out. And I think we've got a lot of good stuff on the shows. So, again, I've been very happy with the product overall. Raw's War. The quality hasn't gone down. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, you God. EO, let's go. All right, what's the final vote? 61%. Rhea and EO, the favorites to win this one. 35 going to Julia and Rox, and then nobody getting a 3%. So there you go. Somebody is going to get a win tonight. Once Triple H took over the 3-hour Raws they were actually cooking, I remember us being pretty damn happy. And yeah, I mean, again, I think a lot of us were super grateful for those 3 hours to change. I still felt, and I was always on the record, and Nick said it good. I mean, if you're going to do 3-hour pay-per-views, your regular show should be less than your pay-per-views, in my opinion. What's a commercial? Exactly. Going with Rio. Oh, Julia, Irish whip into the corner. Sends her partner into EO. Best Knicks since 90s. I know, we rag on the Knicks a lot. I mean, again, they might actually have something here. Rip Sky, not Rip Ski. Rhea grabs Rocks, chucks her over. And a big drop kick. Rhea says, I don't care about the rules. A murderer. I hate him. Speaking of murderers, Mammy.
And people you hate. But yes, no, I love the name Rio out there. I think that works perfectly. And of course, yes, we've been too harsh on the Knicks.
Right.
Especially me. Yeah. But
right. I thought Celtics had something, but I mean, they're running into a wall here.
Yeah, what were you just talking about before we were on a pause or before I came back? Look at somebody.
I don't know. I don't know. Can't remember.
Mea culpa.
It's a good question.
Right?
KJ, would it be a fair comparison to EO and Kyle? Oh, I mean, would you say EO is on the same level as Tony Storm? In a lot of ways, yes.
No.
I think in a lot of ways, yes. As far
one's
as
super character driven, one's in-ring driven.
Yeah, but the other one, they both can wrestle really amazingly. But
that's cool.
I mean,
that's great. That's not the connection.
Yeah, but I mean, comparing them as champs, I mean, that is the difference maker, right? Is the fact that Tony is very character driven. But as far as just being a champ at that level and being able to kind of work, I mean, EO's putting in the work now. So yeah, I agree with you. They're different in that regard. Comparison wise, I mean, level wise, where they're at, yeah, EO's at the top of her game right now.
Fair enough. And no, now I halfway remember what I was going to come back and talk to you about. I don't understand your hate on Tubi.
Fucking Tubi's a mess.
Learn how to click the remote, motherfucker.
Right? Like, just don't leave.
They're a symbiote of pro wrestler.
Oh my God. And they got the funny, like the like I love Tubi because there's just movies you hadn't remembered, you didn't know.
But give him credit. It's free ass TV. Trust me.
Shit.
We're the Tubi of wrestling. We're giving you all this content for free. We just humbly ask that you
we won't let you leave
hit
either.
That like, hit that subscribe. What did you say?
We also won't let them leave.
Facts. Once you're with us,
I haven't noticed, Paul. I will be honest. I mean, I haven't seen any glaring botches that somebody else can jump in on that.
No, and have you seen this rise of like wrestling fans that just want to shit on things just to shit on things?
To an extent.
I know that's basically saying the IWC, but yeah, it feels like there's one of those of like, you and I watch very different shows, I guess, and the second I question you about how you feel about it, you fold like a fucking house of cards.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're just saying this to draw attraction.
Oh, in a lot of ways, right? I think at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of, like you said, looking for the clicks, looking for that interaction. But it's really like this weird thing of things can happen within the confines of a game, on the field, on the ice, wherever. And you could be mad about an outcome, a ref call, blah, blah, blah. But you generally don't hate a league, right? And that's kind of a unique thing for wrestling of everything. And I get it because there's, the writers. And,
there's not multiple leagues. Like, what's the other hockey league?
Well, right. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's just unique of like, I didn't like the finish of this match. This whole company sucks is a bit extreme. And again, you see the kind of toxic underbelly on the internet of just demanding everything all the time.
But it almost feels like if you won the game and people are mad they didn't run the play you called to win the game. Like, it's not even that level of like,
right.
I can understand, trust me, of being mad as a Seahawks fan or whatever, and they don't give the ball to Marshawn on the 1 yard line to win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
What? Like, these people feel like they're mad because I called Spider 2Y banana and you ran XYZ Oklahoma Omaha drill and won the game with that. Like, what are we mad about here?
Yeah. Well, Rhea's firing up, Nick, and she's rolling. It almost looks like with her and Roxy here is like, I will call her Mini-Me.
Yeah, you're beating up her little sister right now.
Right. We get a 2.
Literally, I'm halfway having to guess which one's which.
Right.
I'm going by back pats and stature a bit.
Right. Yeah. If it wasn't for the incredible size difference.
Well, it's crazy how it almost doesn't look like a huge size difference. What the hell are you talking about? I don't even know.
Carolyn, Evolve is on Tubi. Tubi is just funny. Like I said, like a lot of like Netflix and Max, they'll like come up after a while and be like, "Are you still alive? Do you still want to watch?"
YouTube even does that.
Tubi doesn't do it. Tubi's like, we don't care if
it's
you're
free though. They don't give a shit.
Like, we're running.
You can have Tubi in the grave.
I guarantee you, the average view time for Tubi is like 17 hours.
Well, no, let's be honest. Tubi is on at every gas station or at least every auto mart store you go to or anything. Right. Any sort of, you're getting your oil changed, Tubi's on there. You go to a retirement home, Tubi's on there. It's probably on the MASH station. Let's be honest.
Dude.
Or TV classics. Yeah, Tubi is built to just be played on repeat because where it's played is not,
right.
Oh, I'll watch an episode or two. It is, we turn this on and we don't turn it off.
Right. Did you want to respond to this one? Oh, wait, where'd it go?
YouTube does ask if you're still watching. Yes, I know.
This one.
I actually fall asleep to YouTube most nights. Shout out our YouTube overlords, I guess.
Shout out YouTube. There you go. Taco Tuesday. What the fuck?
Tubi Tuesday.
Tubi Tuesday.
Oh, it's Tubi Wednesday.
Tubi
or not Tubi.
As Roxanne is on Rhea's back, choking. Io getting back to the apron. Oh, wait. So somebody said that you hate wrestling critics, and then somebody, Boston, said you love wrestling critics. So there's a split in the crowd.
Me or us?
You.
Oh, me specifically? Are you Switzerland? You're fucking Canada, of course, in this goddamn situation.
Everyone pretty much knows what I hate. I'm pretty fucking clear about it.
And I'm apparently not somehow. I guess I'm an ambiguous.
Last I checked, Boston was making a list.
You can make that list all you want, my guy. Rule number 3001, armbar. But
like that. Okay, go ahead.
What?
I was letting you finish your thought.
A beard like that, you don't know how to change your own oil? Who the fuck said anything about that? Big Dog Nick is a wrestling critic. That's very much up into interpretation.
Let's go. EO's got the crowd going.
Right.
Tubi. So
when we're stop, oh no, Tubi.
Yeah,
oh no, I got it, but now I'm like, how can I make the song?
Right. Watching that come together.
Yeah.
Are you talking about beard oil? Dun, dun, dun. The chat's losing its mind here on a Monday. But folks, Julia and Io back and forth is great. I want to ask and Kyrie. Let's go.
Do they show up?
Hashtag unbenching everybody.
Well, it is unbenching just releasing.
Well, Natty's on TV. No, Sapkin.
She didn't get released. Moonsault.
No, she got benched.
No, she's in NWA and GCW, and she's out there looking like she's, towed in on the fucking golf course and all that.
Oh, going for the Russian leg sweep, blocked.
Do you want to come up with a different name because they've taken the Canadian destroyer and made it the Mexican destroyer? Do you need to invade the Russian leg sweep?
Right, it's got to be. Yeah,
it's the Toronto leg sweep.
Is it now a Japanese leg sweep because a Japanese wrestler did it? And like you said, if a kid does a Spanish fly, is it just a fly?
It's just a fly.
Like, what are we doing here? The names are the names. 40 years of Irish whips.
Now they're just whips.
Right? Oh,
that sounded like a fucking like donate now ad of 40 years they've been known as Irish Whips. Now they're just Whips. If you want to reestablish.
Julia going up to the top. Butterfly hooks.
Anyone else think it's crazy? We're basically getting a Stardom pay-per-view main event for free on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, butterfly suplex. Super.
Yeah.
Super last, but we got there.
Super butterfly.
Oh, there it is.
1, 2. That is it weird that you felt like there was not enough energy around that being the finish, that like you kind of knew it wasn't going to be the finish?
Yeah. I mean, again, a false finish. Some of them are glaring, some of them are ooh. So yeah.
Well, no, it's not even like it was a bad move or anything. It's just literally the energy in that situation told you it wasn't going to be.
Yeah. There's definitely times where you're like, oh, this is not even close.
Well, yeah, we still got hours on the clock here.
Right. How does Natty get TV time, but Cross get Cross out here getting shafted? They better be planning something. Yeah, I think his creative might augment. So give him a moment. Just patience with. I think Cross is ready for some big shit. We all do.
They're building it and they're just letting that shit simmer saute.
Yeah,
I mentioned this. I don't know if it was probably on your pause of how he's got one of the best selling shirts right now. Let's go ahead.
Yep. No. Dale just putting out that Cross was talking to the New Day tonight. So,
but yeah, Cross also has one of the best selling shirts right now. And I literally was trying out there to buy one, and they don't want to have all of my sizes are sold out.
Oh,
1, 2. Who got a pin? Oh, they both got a pin, you fuckers. Yeah. God dang it.
Well, we know what
one got a pin and got a half a pin.
What do you mean? Half a pin?
Io pinned Roxanne the wrong way. She pinned her face down.
No, I think she was holding her like she was holding her because Rhea got the pin, the sexy Rhea pin.
I was calling them both a pin because they looked like they were both celebrating it. But right. My initial brain I snapped over, and I thought it was going to be one of those of who got the pin. And then it was just like, oh, they're both just kind of going for a pin.
Right. So Rhea Ripley gets the pin. Again, does that make her continue to look strong and continue to go back at Io for that title?
Yeah, I see now what you're saying more with Io with that. She like was halfway pretending to get a crossface. Does this set up more Rhea versus Io, or why do you hate Becky? I was championing Becky. What are you talking about?
Both have the belt.
That's what I'm wondering of. Does this set up this match more, or is it interesting that Rhea got the pin on Julia? Do we get a Julia versus Rhea match?
Straight up right now, no. This is about the champion. So Rhea still kind of throwing her weight around as the dominant force in the women's division. The attitude of you're just keeping my belt warm for me.
But so then does Roxanne and Julia, do they stay main roster? Do they go?
I think so.
So what do they do next?
They'll probably kind of fall into that middle card. They might be a tag team for a little bit, especially because they don't have any. They're kind of pitching them as a tag team right now. I don't hate the idea as they're, kind of get into what they're doing.
Fair enough. Of Paul, Nick doesn't know wrestling pins. Oh, thank you.
What? I like this.
Paul said it.
I think we need to be stop trying to figure shit out and just watch it. You know what? And I've been literally trying for the last little bit here to kind of step back a bit from the critical eye, and I think that worked really well for me with Backlash of just kind of appreciating what the moment meant and why, and it felt nostalgic and it felt like old school WWE. So yeah, people were like, "Oh, it was a shitty match." Nah, but it was fun. We had a good time. St. Louis was on their feet. So I mean, again, I think we as fans we want to kind of, it's kind of what we all do. If you consume entertainment, you're gonna have an opinion about it. but I don't think we go into buying a movie ticket or downloading an album with this idea of like, I can't wait to download this and hate it. Like it's different with wrestling for some reason.
I mean, you've never wanted to watch a movie just to laugh at?
Well, I mean, yeah, there's definitely been.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's the hate watching thing's beyond stupid. But I really like where Monday Night Raw is right now at this point. Well, and what do you talked about taking a step back and taking it as a whole? So, what is your rating out of 10 for Monday Night Raw?
I thought tonight was okay. I thought tonight was solid. It was kind of one of those in between shows where there's a little bit of time, at least like they're setting up a really big Monday next week. I'm kind of in a 7 range here tonight. Not bad by any stretch. Didn't blow the doors off the hinges. I like what they're setting up, but tonight was more about what they're setting up.
I mean, I can't really fault you on that. If that's where you were gonna go, like I honestly thought you were gonna go a bit higher with that. And I guess I feel like we actually reached the same kind of point on Backlash too, as well. But yeah, I'll go 7 with you on that.
Right.
Again, I really like what Raw has in play.
Yeah.
I just want to see how the pieces lay out on the board right now.
Yeah, I feel like this was a lot of pawn moving, right? Like this is what tonight felt like, right? Like they're kind of loading up and you're kind of getting your pieces in place, and that's what tonight I mean, I like the main event. Did it blow our, was it an amazing women's tag match? That was good. It was good. It did, it did the trick. Penta and Gable, really good match. Crowd a little bit quiet for some of the stuff. The tag match didn't really hit the way we wanted to, but it was a pretty good match from the actual competitors. It just felt a little flat. Yeah, it was a very it was an okay show.
Match of the night? Do you have one?
Finn
AJ would be it for me. I was about to bring up. I really liked the Jay segment.
Yeah, I mean, again, yeah, Jay segment was good. I actually thought Becky's segment was decent. I thought she came out and gave a really good promo. I think she's a good talker, so I had no problem with that.
He said it, folks. It's not just me that said it. He said it too.
Right? I mean, she's not bad for the 3rd best horsewoman.
Oh, all right. You can have that one.
Yeah. 7.5 out of 10 from Larry. Rhea ass smacking EO.
Whipping chain, handcuffs, right? Smacking little EO, whip my belt. Scream help.
Dream big, folks. 7.5 out of 10. 8.
Did you see everyone just clowning the shit out of LJ Clary? I was like, you can even look like this guy and get Lyra. And it's like, oh, if you only knew he would stretch him. Yeah.
Right? Like it was that the guy took shit right away, and then people were like, hold up. Like I literally need that track with his like fucking him smoking into it.
Hey, wait a minute. We don't rock it to the way for long. Hold up.
But yeah, I mean, again, it's such an unassuming man. So you see him and you're just like, really? But then his girlfriend would fuck you up before you even had to get over.
Yeah, I don't need to pull on Superman's cape here. I don't need to fuck with Clark Kent just to see if he's actually Superman or not.
Right. Backlash was mid as fuck. Nah, it was good. 5 out of 10. Rob was kind of mid. There you go. A lower range, a little lower than my taste. Paul going 6. So there you go.
Is it going off of what we've had coming out of, because we are still coming out of the WrestleMania vortex a little bit, so we're getting into that, what this is going to be versus carrying on Mania narratives?
Maybe not. Again, I think it's just some nights, some Raws, for a weekly show, any weekly show, even your favorite crime dramas or whatever, some shows are just moving the pawns around the board. And that's what tonight felt like. It's not indicative of anything really further than that for me. I think Raw's been strong. I think Raw's been highly entertaining. A lot of weeks it's been maybe the best wrestling show of all of them. Tonight was just a bit of a, We got to pump up the tire before we get going.
I'll give you that. You hit a single instead of a home run. I'll give you that.
Yeah, we're playing a little small ball right now.
Yeah. I took a little close wrist shot that the goalie saved instead of I was whipping a snapper there from the blue line.
Snapper. I like it.
Yeah.
I give it a 9. I really enjoyed Becky Lynch promo. I also enjoyed CM Punk calling out Paul. That was my favorite part of the show, but it was the beginning of the show. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But especially like Paul comes, perfect timing on the interruption of Punk. Paul comes out, goes to run his mouth. Punk won't let him do it. Calls him a penguin. This is good shit. This will make people tune in. The bantering between guys like Paul and Punk will make people tune in. Fact.
Yeah, Raw had a really good hour and a half and a 2.5 hour show. That's a little bit at times what it kind of halfway feels like. And it's SmackDown we talked about. It's getting has been at that point of it'll have a good hour and a half show and a 3-hour show of Monday Night Raw was not anything to super rate home about, but it was nothing to fucking shake a stick at either.
Yeah, I wasn't staring at the clock going like, when is this show going to end?
No.
I was excited for the main event. It was what it was. Again, it feels like another pawn movement, like we're setting up Rhea EO Money in the Bank, perhaps. I don't know if they turn it around quick enough for Saturday Night Main Event. They could. And again, I think there's a lot of other Seth Punk. Where's that going? Now we got the tag team match that's going to happen at Saturday Night Main Event. So very much a setup show. So 8 out of 10. Chris liked it. So a little bit higher on the range, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, Braun Breaker out there with his shirt unbuttoned and all that. Everybody getting excited. Yeah.
It's called Switch Killer. I'm not sure. 8 out of 10. 6.5 out of 10. Okay. 0 out of 10. No Cora Jade. F that up, buddy.
Well, this feels a lot of like this would be one of those episodes when you're watching a show on the last episode of da-da-da.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is in that vibe of this is the carryover. This is not a season finale. This is not a season debut.
No.
This is that connective tissue.
No, but like you get an episode and all this crazy shit happens and a character dies and everyone's upset. And then you get the episode of like everyone's just like hunkered down somewhere talking about feelings and emotions and dreams. And
everybody's emotional.
Right? Like you kind of have that like down step before you go back up. That's what I mean, again, a bit of a springboard show for me.
Fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. Absolutely. All day, every day. 7 out of 10. Let's go. Raw is a good show. I like it. It's an A, but Roman Reigns and CM Punk will be better to face Seth and Braun in a tag team match. No, Sammy is perfectly fine, Jordan. Leave Sammy alone.
Leave Sammy alone.
7 out of 10 from Kyle. 6 from Dog Life. 6. All right, okay. I understand where you get a 6. I understand where you get an 8, maybe. And I'm right in the middle with that 7 because I wasn't bored. I was entertained.
I felt like you were higher on the show than I was. Mm-hmm. And so when you said a 7, I was like, all right, I can meet you there because that's like my high point. That might be your low point, but I guess that's the best point to meet in the middle here.
Yeah, I think for me, if the Finn AJ match had been a little more, holy shit, what a match. Like we got a couple like whole fuck moments.
Should have main evented.
Not really, because I mean, I think that match and
what difference happened with the women's tag match as the main event versus AJ Finn as the main
event? But that's
it.
I mean, for me, I would put Rhea and EO and
there's nothing gained, nothing lost if you switch it though.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I would still put the women's world champion in the main event. AJ. Yeah. That's the only caveat. Like, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't. But ultimately, I think that I thought even the main event could have been better. It was good. It wasn't, again, very pawn moving. So 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. We were really hoping that maybe Asuka would show up tonight or Kyrie would show up. She's working hard 7.5.
She's goddamn swole right now.
Right? She on that fucking AJ vibe, the fucking Randy Orton.
Yeah, they're all on that fucking Randy Orton vitamin pack.
Stem cells work like a motherfucker.
Jesus.
8.5. I just made that
This
up.
man just throwing out straight accusations and everything. Right. This man might as well be wearing a Balto or Balco track jacket right now.
Right? We are not Meltzer. We're not fake reporting shit. That's facts, so you can report that. Fans negative comments about Backlash is mid. They're allowed, God. They're allowed. They're allowed, my guy. I can't take Becky seriously as a heel. She's more of a baby face. I don't like her as a baby face. She's been boring me.
I don't get where this comes from, though, this whole Becky discourse, though. I know I said this while you already paused a bit and everything, but I just really don't get where the fuck it comes from. Like, she's good in the ring. She's good on the mic. Like, are you mad that she's that good that you're not or something? Like, I don't get where the issue is. Like, she sat there and cut that whole promo, even though she sat there and just lost that match to Lyra. And I said that was my match tonight on Backlash, and still turns around and cuts this whole promo, which I think was fantastic. But everyone, Becky Hogan, it's like, where does it come from?
I think it's very similar to what's happening with Charlotte. I think even Bayley to an extent. I really feel like the fan base, especially a younger portion of the fan base, and I could be wrong, but it's just what I'm observing. They're really eager and anxious for the next gen. They're, the Roxys, the Julias, and the Stephanies. And again, very much with the microwave society of like, what's the next thing? Okay, have it. Okay, what's the next thing? Oh, here you go. Right? It's like being at the speaker box. Like, no and then.
Mom, the meatloaf.
Right? No and then. So, again, you just like running it back. And people just got to enjoy it. I mean, there's a lot there, but I do think that we've seen them around the title picture for so long. People rather see Io Sky with the belt than Becky get it back.
Is Io the same attention getter that Becky is, though? Like, I'm not even saying, well, even if we're talking about the world title, but even if we wanted to go like with Lyra and Becky, which one's the bigger attention getter, Becky or Lyra?
I mean, Becky's the longer standing, bigger established name, more notoriety as far as outside. Currently with the fan base, though, I think Io gets a much better reaction than Becky.
Yeah, but hey, guess what she did? She put Lyra over, right? So
she did. I mean, that's
right. So, but she's still Becky Hogan because she cut a promo and still talked about how good she is, even though she just put the champion that everyone wanted her to put over. She just put them over in probably arguably the match of the pay-per-view, but she's still Becky Hogan, right?
Right. I mean, again, she did put her over. People don't have really an answer to that. 7 sounds fair. Big dog, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to pack it in, head towards the door, and get on out of here so we can get back at it tomorrow. We're here for NXT. Don't forget, it's Beach Breaking this Wednesday. Cage match, Moxley, Samoa Joe. Thursday, we got Impact. Friday, we got SmackDown. We got so much coming your way. Jam-packed next, I think, like 28 days. Has like 4 or 5 major shows in it. We're going to be around for all of them. So make sure you be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. We're almost at 7K. We want 10K, and we appreciate all you all day.
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about that rest, you would have put that for life, would it?
Come back tomorrow. See you on the flip side. Good night. What's up?
What are you still doing here? Go home.
Go home.
We're still live. Go home. What are you still doing?